There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, folks. A little bit of a technical snafu there with the mics.
We clicked the wrong button.
Yeah. So, welcome to RNG Gaming. We decided that it would be fun to highlight some of our favorite cards now that all the Kaldheim spoilers are out. Andy is a heavy standard player. Some of the cards that he's pulled out, he thinks are going to make a splash in standard. And my extent of standard is maybe the draft environment. Every now and then I'll log on to MTG Gaming and do like the Tinkerer's Cube and things like that.
And that's not really even standard.
Right. That's like a historic. But I am a heavy Commander player, so my picks are very Commander-centric.
I think one of my picks is Commander-centric for sure.
Oh, yeah. So, strangely enough, the best sorting that we could do for the showcasing of the cards that we're doing is alphabetical. So some of these are Andy's picks, some of these are mine, but we're going to go alphabetical with our picks today and just kind of give a little chat about them. If you're on the stream and you've got some input or you've got a favorite card, feel free to throw it in the stream chat. And we do have a listing of all of the cards over on another screen that we won't have. We can pull those cards out and talk about those too.
We can also add them to here if we need to look at them closer.
Yep, we definitely can.
We can also edit and do little fun things to these. You can write on a pen and stuff on these too.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah, the edit / create.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, we could tinker with these.
Yeah, so
that's fun.
Highlight that mammoth's tusk. No.
Right. So first one, Battle Mammoth.
Yeah, this is one of my choices. So one of the major architects right now in Standard is the mono green Stompy, and one of its major problems is control. So Battle Mammoth, I think, is actually, in my opinion, a good counterbalance to that, because a lot of the control is destruction. So there are, of course, the nice little, they do play counter magic. So if you know that you're in a control deck or facing a control deck, you can foretell this early and then leave it for later. Hope, for the, to maybe when their guard is down, because their guard does have to fall at some point in time with the control decks for them to win.
Yep.
Because they're not going to win by countering, destroying all your stuff. They have to play something that mills you out or makes a bunch of tokens, something. Their guard is going to be down.
Well, and the nice thing about foretell is for 2 mana. Now, granted, you're probably playing ramp on turn 2, ideally.
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know if there's a 2 mana ramp. There is several 1 mana drops that are ramp, but not so many 2.
But if you pay the 2 and you foretell it, that also prevents any kind of discard shenanigans,
which is pretty prevalent in this set.
Yeah,
lots of discard.
The standard is very discard hand control heavy.
Yeah.
So foretell does get around that, which is very cool.
Yeah. It's not in your hand,
Yeah,
but
I think the other foretell cards, most of the foretell cards, basically just split the cost. And this, it actually makes it expands the cost. Like, it increases the cost over the 2 turns. But I think what you're saying is getting around the hand control and being able to kind of cast it at an optimal time. That makes the extra cost worth it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But also, the other part about this card is it replaces itself.
Yeah.
If they destroy this card with a targeted ability, you draw a card.
Yep.
But that's not just it. When a permanent you control becomes a target of spell or ability, you draw a card.
Yeah.
There are some hand hate, or there are some land hates. There are some different things. There's quite a bit of lockdown. So, let's say they lock this down. Well, that's fine. The ability still sits there, and everything they target from then lets you replace it. So,
and it's not just spell; it is an ability. So if your opponent has some creatures that are tapping your creatures down, you're drawing a card each time they're targeting. So that's pretty cool.
So I think this does do a pretty good job facing against the counter magic, or against the control deck.
So,
though it does not do any good against the mill deck.
Right. Now, do you count this as the 4-drop? Do you count this as the 5-drop?
It's a 5-drop, or technically a 6-drop. So you're not probably using the Foretell for the 4-drop on turn 4.
Gotcha.
Now you may use it on turn 3. So let's say you put a ramp card down, foretell this on 3, drop a 3rd land, play it on turn 3.
Foretell it on 2.
Foretell it on 2.
It's on 2, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So you play a ramp. There is that little mushroomy guy from the last set.
Yeah.
Right. So you play that. Play this on 2, or there are some 3-drops you'd like to see too. But I think playing this on 2 or playing another ramp card if you have another 1-drop in your hand, and then playing this on 3,
sure,
would be a 6/5 on 3, as long as it's not getting eaten by a
that's pretty
control.
rad.
But yeah, there is Happy Magic land where you could get this on turn 2, 3.
Yeah.
So.
Now, would you rather see this on turn 3 or a Questing Beast?
This.
Really?
I mean,
Yep.
Questing Beast, the 4/4 that doesn't get blocked. I would rather see the 6/5 trample that gives the ability to the other creatures, because that card draw, I think, is more critical than the Questing Beast at that point.
Cool. That's
So
a big thing.
Yeah,
replacing the Questing Beast.
The thing is, if you were seeing either of these, if you're making that choice of do I play this or do I play Questing Beast, you're in a
having
good
a good
position.
Yeah.
Because fine, you play this on 4 and then play this, or play Questing Beast on 4 and drop this on 5.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. But I think that every time something gets destroyed or targeted or tapped by some sort of targeting ability, drawing that card in a deck that doesn't draw cards is critical.
Oh,
but, yeah, that's just my take from this specific card.
Yeah, I dig that. And interestingly, when Foretell first came out, you were referring to it as layaway.
It's layaway.
And
you pay the interest.
In one of Gavin Verhey's most recent videos, the Foretell ability was actually a leftover ability. It was first imagined during Amonkhet, and Mark Rosewater was referring to it as layaway.
Yeah, it's layaway.
That's pretty cool. I just thought it was neat. You were calling it layaway, and then Gavin Verhey's video was we initially called it layaway.
Well,
like,
I mean, this is
cool.
what it is. I need to afford this for Christmas, so I'm going to pay the $2 now.
Keep it in the warehouse so nobody can buy it.
They'll put it in the back, and then through the time, I'll pay for the rest of it with interest.
Yep.
And I'll get it back. It's layaway.
Yeah, or in some cases, not even interest. This one you pay interest, but some of the other ones not even.
Yeah, some of them you don't pay interest, and some of them you definitely pay less.
Yeah. So next we have...
Oh, and this one's yours.
Here's one of my picks. Okay, so we have Burning Rune Demon. So I don't think this is going to make a splash in Standard, but I really, really dig it for Commander. This will definitely go in my Athreos deck once I get the thing built. It's one that hasn't gotten a lot of press, but I think it's a little bit of a sleeper. So 6 mana, flying, 6/6. On rate anyway, pretty powerful. When it enters the battlefield, you search your library for exactly 2 cards not named Burning Rune Demon that have different names. So in Commander, you're not going to have another Burning Rune Demon, and the 2 cards are going to have different names. If you do reveal those cards, an opponent chooses one of them. Put the chosen card into your hand, put the other in your graveyard, then shuffle your library. So for 6 mana, you get a 6/6 and your second best card that you search up.
Yeah, or third best card in your deck.
Or third best card in your... Yeah. So, and then if the other thing goes in your graveyard... Any deck that's going to be playing this is going to have some graveyard shenanigans.
This is a recursion feeder.
Yeah. So, fine, put it in my graveyard. I basically tutored 2 cards.
Yeah.
So, you could even conceivably put this into a Muldrotha.
Yeah.
Seek out 2 powerful permanents. One goes in the graveyard, the other's in your hand. Next turn, you can cast either one of them.
Yeah.
So, I just thought it was a sleeper. It was one of the last ones that was spoiled. But I just thought it deserved a little bit of a mention.
I like how this isn't the same demon as that rogue, right?
No.
But the axe looks the same. Is it the same artist?
I know, it does, doesn't it? The artist is Andrew Marr. And the rogue demon guy is... We'll find him.
There it is.
There it is. The rogue demon Andy is referring to is Varagoth, Blood Sky Sire, and it is not the same artist.
Yeah, but they built the same axe.
Their axe is very, very similar. Yeah. That's interesting.
Armor, horns, everything. Looks like the same demon.
They are really similar. Varagoth, Blood Sky Sire, and Burning Rune Demon are very similar.
He just doesn't wear skin on his face.
Yeah, apparently Burning Rune Demon is just a commonplace demon, and Varagoth, Blood Sky Sire, he's a...
Well, one's a demon berserker, one's a demon rogue.
Yeah, Blood Sky Sire, Varagoth is... He went rogue instead of berserker and actually got a name. But he also searches for cards, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, that's Burning Rune Demon. I thought it was cool. It was notable. We covered Varagoth last stream, so I didn't want to like throw Varagoth back up here. I wanted to
that's right.
spice it up a little bit. But
these are the favorites, so
interestingly enough, Varagoth, who I actually like better, is a rare, whereas Burning Rune Demon is a mythic. I thought they should be switched.
One's an ETB and one's got to have an attack and pay for it.
That is true. The ETB versus the Boast, ETB
Plus
tends to be a
6/6 flyer.
A little stronger. Yeah, Varagoth is just a little 2/3 death touch, but that was my cute little pick for that one.
Let's see which one's next.
Let's see what's next. Oh, back down to 0. Oh, we're not shrunk down. There we go. Okay, so this one I actually have to translate. It is called Haunting Voyage. I've got to find it. Give me just a moment.
Whenever a creature destroy a creature proficient.
You're trying hard.
Well, it's like
it's mythic. I'm sitting here scrolling down the rares. It's up top. What am I doing? Okay. So Haunting Voyage.
Choose a creature type. Oh man.
Choose a creature type. And I'll put the list over here. We're just going to have to
just read it.
That. So we'll choose a creature type. Return up to two creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If the spell was foretold, return all creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield instead.
Yeah, but you got to pay layaway.
So you got to pay the layaway.
You got to pay 9.
So the layaway is 2, right? And then you pay 7.
Yeah, 9.
So 9 total.
Yeah.
9 total to get, if you're in a tribal deck, all of your creature cards back.
Yes. Or to get it countered and get nothing.
Or to get it countered and get nothing.
I mean, if this is your like plan to win, it's risky.
True. But man, if it goes off.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you lay this away for 2 at any point during the game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, on your turn.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, I like the concept of what it is, and I get where it could be. This is also, and I'm giving it a boost here. I'm not taking away from it.
Right.
There's a mill deck in this set.
Yeah.
And if you can get this in your hand and lay it away,
yeah,
and then late pay this, you could beat the mill deck late in the game.
They're basically just feeding the graveyard.
Yeah.
And then suddenly this comes down, a foretold card in a black tribal deck. Gonna hold up 2 for negate just in case.
Yeah.
Andrew, yeah. Absolutely. But, Magical Christmas Land, this thing is 7 mana, dump your whole graveyard into play, and nobody else gets the benefit from it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's neat.
I mean, that's 7, though. That 7 is so hard. 7, anything that costs more than 6 is just so hard.
Oh, in Standard, this is not going to be played in Standard.
Yeah.
This is me at a commander table with 4 people that have just been building their board state, and Fidwell is over there ready to counter with his infinite combo decks, and I go, haha, all my gods come back now, and he just goes, no, they don't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, that's Commander for you.
That's what happens.
But in that same breath, right, this could see life in some sort of standard strategy
sideboard
ramp, right, where all your creatures are beasts.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
like a black-green beast deck that's tailored to
to ramping.
ramp out.
You're just throwing your creatures at whatever is across from you. Even being countered. So what?
Yeah.
Hoping to be able to late game, get this through when the gates are down.
That's true too. I didn't think of that. That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, because quite a few of your things are beasts. You got quite a few of that stuff.
Yeah.
Says beast on it. So you're questing beast.
Questing beast is a beast, right?
I think mammoth even says beast, I don't think it's a mammoth. You can roll it back if you want.
Let's see. What is mammoth?
Elephant. I love how beast exists and then there's an elephant.
Well, there's wolves, dogs, and foxes still too.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
the renaming convention didn't do anything for the canine species, but everything's a cat.
Everything's a cat.
The cats are still.
Well, here's the difference. A wolf doesn't know it's a dog because to us, a wolf isn't a dog. A dog isn't a wolf. But all cats are cats.
Yeah, if you put a big box in a lion enclosure, the cat's going to jump into it.
Play.
Yeah, that's true.
You throw a ball at a wolf, he still eats you.
Yeah, he's going to be like, what is this?
Like, go fetch. Screw you.
I'm going to eat you.
Ouch.
Although, foxes are really just excitable dogs.
That like to pee and eat things. Yeah.
Dogs like to pee and eat things.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't completely train it out of a fox.
No, that's true. That's true.
I'm going to use your couch as a burrow. And they will.
That's true, yes.
So, all right, let's go ahead on to the next one here.
So, that is... Haunting Voyage.
Viagam Assombrante.
Assombrante.
So Voyage.
For some reason, I can't scroll right now.
Did you get it all the way down yet?
It's all the way down. Oh, what have I done?
I don't know. Screwed it up.
Ew.
Go to the plus minus. Go to the plus up there.
Yeah.
And
So there's that. Boop. All the way down. There we go. Okay, so I picked Ice Tunnel because I thought it was the coolest art.
Ice tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Nope. Ice tunnel.
Through the swamp. It's an island.
What's in there?
I don't know. He's like a creepy dude back there, right?
Ice tunnel.
There's like a creepy dude in the ice tunnel.
It's ice.
So I picked this because this is just to represent all 10 of the dual land, tap land, snow lands.
Yeah. Snow.
It's a snow land, but it's also like an island and a swamp. So it's searchable.
Yeah. I mean, that is the key point of these.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes in tapped. That's a bummer. But remember when Modern Horizons came out and there was talk of like, well, we should just run all snow lands just because there's no downside.
Yeah.
And do the
it drafts you would take some of those pieces.
Oh yeah. Well, and even in Commander, there for a while I was running all snow lands in my Marin deck just for that one sweeper that was 3 mana. It was -X where X is how many snow permanents you have.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was casting it, everything was getting at least -3 or -4.
Yeah.
Which is usually an effective board sweep in a Commander game at that point. I just liked these. I thought it was high time to see these.
Yeah. The ice cracked underfoot. Strange shapes swam beneath the surface. Who else has walked this blighted path?
That's cool.
I don't know. Some shiny thing's going to eat you.
Yeah, some shiny thing back there is going to eat you. Looks like it's made of ice. A little sunlight coming in, it glints off of it.
Icy tunnel.
Icy tunnel. Through the iceberg.
Icy tunnel.
Icy.
All right.
Icy
Yeah, I mean,
tunnel.
I like the snow permanents. They've made enough cards in this set to make the snow permanents matter.
Yeah.
So.
And also, Johannes Voss, tip of the hat to Johannes Voss for that artwork. I thought that was the coolest artwork of all of the snow duels. That's why I picked that one.
I disagree, but we have different opinions.
Your mileage may vary. Did you have one that you preferred over that one? You're just disagreeing.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I don't know why you keep doing that.
I don't know why this thing keeps doop doop. There. Ha. All right. So we both like this one.
Yes.
What's your take on this first, Andy?
All right. So anything that's cheap that you can play early in the game that lets you play things for free is good, even if it's selective. Now, a lot of people were like, oh, this isn't going to be any good. I think even from MTG,
SBMTG.
SPMTG, didn't like it. But here's the thing in my mind. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your... What is going on over there?
I was putting these tacos up here on the way.
Oh, Jesus.
At
the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control, without paying its mana cost. So if you have another permanent out, you can put a free thing out there that's one more.
If you've got it.
If you got it. You don't have to have it. So now, if it ended right there, if that was the end of the text, right?
Not great.
It would be bad, right?
Yeah.
Especially at rare.
Yeah.
But if you don't have something to play, scry one.
Yeah.
Just every turn you're going to scry one. There's several enchantments out there that just do that people enjoy having.
Oh, yeah. Now, is this standard playable?
Maybe.
Or is this mostly a commander card? Or do you think that
it's not going into modern? It's a draft card.
So definitely a draft card, yeah.
This is a sealed sealed limited. I think this is a limited bomb.
Okay, yeah.
And I bet you limited resources is going to give it a C or maybe even a D.
You think?
Yeah, because I don't think they'll like it.
Really? Is it because it doesn't do anything when it comes down?
Yeah, probably. But it's still just a 2-drop.
Yeah.
And if you can drop it early... See, if this costs 4, it'd be terrible. It'd be beyond playable. But 2 doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
2 mana late in the game, screw it, I'll put this down.
Sure.
Right? Especially if you're in a stalemate.
Yeah.
And you're not being able to play any more cards. But I just, and there is a point where this thing becomes void, right? Because you've played your highest converted mana cost creature.
Yep.
Or permanent, right? Because it's a permanent.
Yep.
Right? And there's nothing higher in your deck. But it's still scrying you one.
Yeah.
And you can get rid of that. Limited bomb for sure. At only 2, it's worth a slot. That's a lot of scrying. Yep. Also, late game, you need something, right? You need to find something.
Yeah.
You scry those lands away. Scry that useless thing away, right? That matters.
Yeah, how many times have we played games where...
I wish I could have scried.
that last land, if that would have gone away...
Yeah. One less turn of sitting there waiting for something.
Yeah, for two mana, that just the scry one is worth it. But the also being able to cast something for free is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And bonus points for having Toski in the art.
Yeah, for the squirrel with too many tails.
Yeah. That's the thing all throughout is his tail.
And it really should never end. It ends in this art, but it shouldn't.
Fidwell says, search for Azcanta is also 2 mana to scry every turn, and that card's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true.
To scry.
To scry, yeah, you can feed your graveyard.
Yep.
It's also got a better... I think Search for Azcanta's got a better payout.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, this...
You get a Gaia's Cradle. That's Gaia's Cradle, right?
No. That's the tap 3, tap it, search 3 cards.
Yeah.
But this also has... All right, I have a big artifact down that's... I paid for a big artifact. Or paid for a big something that's sitting there doing nothing.
Yep.
Now I'm going to pay... For free, play a 1 more converted mana cost creature for free.
For free.
Right? So this, I think, actually works really well in those artifact decks that they built, especially historic. Because you drop this, the scry helps. It's an enchantment. You're dropping these artifacts that cost 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah. It really is an engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm not hating it. And no, they're going to give it a lower score because, what do you want to see this late game and you're trying to look for something and you find this? Well, no, but I'm going to play it. And then on next turn,
and then I get to scry one
me.
next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
It also could help me. I need to play 2 big things next turn, and I don't have the ability to.
Yeah.
Right? On turn 4, if you have a 3-drop out, let's say you put a 3-drop out on turn 3.
Yep.
On turn 4, I can play a free 4-drop and a 4-drop.
Yeah.
Well,
going back earlier, if you've got Battle Mammoth and Questing Beast in your hand,
yeah,
you can play Questing Beast for free if you've got, say, a 3-drop artifact or a 3-drop creature.
Yeah.
Questing Beast for free and pull the Battle Mammoth out of your layaway.
Yeah.
Same turn.
Yeah.
That's 10 power on the
And
board.
the Scry has set you up for that, because
Yeah.
you know what you're going to draw.
Yep. That's true. I think this is cool. I like this a lot.
I know. I mean, I'm giving it probably a little bit too much hype than it deserves in some aspect, because there are going to be times when it's dead, like you said.
Sure.
But
not ever entirely dead because you get that scry.
Yeah. So.
That's cool. Yeah. I picked this out because I thought it was getting too much credit, and you've pulled it out because you're like, it's not getting enough. I think
it's one of those will get used by the pros, and people will be like, "Oh, I never saw that coming."
Interesting. Fidwell says he's going to pick first and try to make it work if he can. Yeah. I think I would too.
Right?
Yeah, that's very cool. So this is what I pulled.
Yeah.
Because this sucker, the casting cost is enormous. But if you're playing green, you're playing ramp.
Well, maybe. I mean, this would be great in limited, but you might not ever get to it.
You may never get to it in limited. But I honestly think this will see some standard play.
Rad art, yeah, I love the art too. It makes me think.
Yeah, I picked this because the art's great.
I think this looks like an old, 70s, Viking rock or rock and roll cover when they were all about this type of.
Yeah.
I think my dad has covers of old albums that look like this.
Yeah. This is where. So I was born in the early 80s. You were born mid 80s.
Yeah, 84.
This is us hanging out with Dad watching Conan the Barbarian on a Saturday night.
To a degree.
Yeah.
I mean, this is me going through Dad's old albums or old comic books, and there'd be weird, creepy art like that on them.
This is reminiscent. You know the art, what is it called? The Death Stalker, where it's the guy on the horse with the big axe.
Yeah.
That's super metal looking. This is reminiscent of that, which is very evocative of the whole set. The whole set's kind of that way. Have you seen the set boosters? The way that it says Kaldheim on the set boosters?
Mm-mm.
Dude, it looks like an old Slayer cover.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I like that they kind of branched out and had metal bands previewing cards on their Twitter. So yeah, that's just super rad anyway. But the card itself, so 7 mana for 6/6, not great rate.
I mean, still 6/6 is not going to hurt.
Can't be countered.
Yep.
So that's a big benefit to it. At the beginning of each upkeep, you create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Koma's Coil, which right off the bat there, play this card past turn. If your opponent doesn't deal with it at the end of your turn, you've got 9 power on the board for 7 mana.
This is at the beginning of each upkeep.
Each upkeep, yep. So on their upkeep, you get a 3/3. And then, if they're drawing into some removal on their turn, you can sack that 3/3 to save this for the turn, giving it indestructible.
Yeah, the only time that this is safe is right after this is unsafe is right after you play it.
Yep.
Because on the beginning of their upkeep, you're going to get that 3/3 that allows you to sacrifice it to give it indestructible if you need to. So it would require at least 2 pieces of removal to get rid of it.
And in a commander game, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, if you're gotten to this point, yeah. Then again, it can't be countered. I mean, I love that point.
Yeah.
But
so, if it didn't include this spell can't be countered, I'd have a huge problem with it.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be.
I'd
Well,
be
one thing, it shouldn't be mythic.
Yeah, it wouldn't be mythic at that point. But also, the fact that you got Fidwell sitting over there with a handful of counters, you can't count on putting anything on the board. What?
You're bouncing.
Oh, was I bouncing? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were going. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, crap, sorry. But yeah, you've got the control deck sitting across from you that you're dropping you're investing 7 mana and then they invest 2 to make it, countered. So not countering it's awesome. Now, Fidwell probably has,
Hey,
see, but Imprisoned in the Moon
shut up.
still is during your turn. So I've at least gotten a 3/3 to make the sting a little less painful.
Yeah, But it's still in the moon. It's still a
Yeah,
moon.
it's still in the moon at that point.
And you got 3/3 for 7.
Well, also, if he's casting Imprison in the Moon on this, he's not casting it on my commander, so win.
True. Unless he blips it later.
Or if this is my commander.
Yeah, or if this is your commander.
I don't think this would be your commander.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see this being a commander.
99% of the time, this could win you. This is going to win you.
Yeah.
If you can play this in limited, it's done.
Oh, God. In limited, if you manage to get this down, you've managed to hold off your opponent and get this down in limited, yeah, you're golden.
I don't know if this set's going to be fast or not yet.
I don't know. You're
a lot of
right.
heavy creatures that require some like commitment to play.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll actually get to play this in actual paper.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I have my doubts, but we'll see. Another one of mine. Okay, so
he has a lot more than me because he couldn't choose 5.
Yeah, I couldn't choose just 5. There's a lot. So this one is actually the commander of one of the commander decks.
This doesn't count.
What do you mean?
What? Yeah, I don't draft this. I can't draft this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't draft it, but you can play it in standard.
Yeah, but I'm not drafting it.
You can play it in standard though.
All right, fine.
There's a black-green elf deck out there.
All right, fine.
But also, this is a really nice Golgari commander for an elves deck.
Ugh, dumb elves.
Stupid elves. So the commander decks that have been coming out the last 3 sets have not been great.
Yeah,
They're priced at $20 per commander deck, and that's about what they're worth. You're not getting real value out of them. But I think this one is the notable exception as far as a commander goes. I think people are going to be excited to build around this. To build commander decks around this.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
Like the commander deck itself, probably not great. They haven't released a deck list, but I can't imagine it's wonderful. I mean, it's a $20 deck.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's going to just be full elves.
yeah, it's going to be... And I had plans to make a point about this later. This deck will be a really good introduction to people that want to play Commander and for players new to the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're designed for.
Yeah.
Though, then again, I mean, yes, I know they're $20 price points, but they've been pushing that $20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they've got Arcane Signets in them.
Yeah,
Arcane Signet's just a good
those
card.
are going to decrease the more they print them.
Yeah. But also for the $20, you get $20 of playability with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are tuned, I would say.
Yeah.
Borderline tuned.
Yeah, I mean, they play with... this will be full of elves and probably weird duplicate things or something like that. I mean, it'll have one good elf in it, probably some blighted elf or something like
Probably
that.
a couple of good elves.
And because of the black.
Yep.
And then mana rock elf, mana elf, and probably the 4-drop draw a card elf.
Yep.
And then the rest will be little things that are vanilla elves that don't do anything.
Or that do very little.
Yeah.
But what that gives a player is the immediate identification that this particular elf kind of sucks. That's the one that I'm going to take out and put a good elf in.
Yeah.
When I built Marin, I built it from the precon and then slowly put good cards in and took less good cards out.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't build Marin from scratch. It was basically the precon that I started adding things to and taking things out of.
Yeah. And someday you'll put good cards in there.
Someday I'll put some good cards in there when I get, the Willow Satyr out of there.
Yeah. Someday.
But Lathril, I think, is going to give that kind of opportunity to someone else to fall in love with the great swarm of Golgari.
This is an ender, a game ender. If you have a board full of elves that can't attack.
Oh yeah.
It's like, all right, everybody loses 10 life.
And you gain 10 life. Yep. Now, the problem with that is, of course, tapping 10 untapped elves.
You do it on the end step of your opponent before you.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Thank you for figuring out what I was going to say.
Oh, well.
I was going to be like, well, it leaves you vulnerable to the crackback, but there's no crackback at the end.
Yeah, there's no crackback.
Yeah. No.
There is. I mean, you don't do it on your turn. That is just ridiculous. Look, I'm going to put shields down.
And then tap them all for some damage.
Cool, you gain 10 life. Here's 500 damage.
But also, this being on the board, all of your opponents are now counting how many elves you have, and you're now that target for, to take out as many elves as possible.
Make me elves?
Oh, you have 11 elves? I can kill one. Can you kill one next turn too? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll kill that elf
in response.
That elf in response.
Lose 10 life.
Yeah, it's the Aetherflux Reservoir. If you take me down below, 12 elves, I'm gonna pop off with this regardless.
Yeah,
not nearly as good as Aetherflux Reservoir.
No, I'll do 50 damage to you.
Same concept. Speaking of, Andrew.
I'll pay 50 life. Don't even hesitate. I'll do it.
Why? Every time. Man. I don't understand.
I used that the whole time.
There we go.
I didn't use whatever button you were pushing.
So, this is another one that I picked, which I think is kind of like flying under everybody's radar.
It's okay.
It's neat.
It's expensive.
It is expensive. But, for tribal decks?
Yeah.
You're generating, and again, it taps, so you can't do any kind of like really cool shenanigans. But like if you've got like an intruder alarm, I mean intruder alarm's like a $25 card, right?
Yeah.
It's not in everybody's deck. But 3 mana, put in the 2/2 blue shapeshifter token, and everything untaps and you do it again. That's pretty rad.
Except for this to be the rarity and be as good as it is, it shouldn't tap.
You think?
Mm-mm. I think if you want to, you should pay 3 and be able to put a shapeshifter out. It's an artifact. It doesn't help you in any other aspect. Yes, your creatures are all going to be the same, which can be really good in like tribal decks in Commander.
I guess your tribal decks are already going to be
tribal
geared towards that.
Yeah, you don't put a couple other cards in there that don't fit with your tribe.
That's true.
Hoping to get your Maskwood Nexus out to do that.
That's true.
So in limited, this isn't doing anything unless you got cards that are, Does this make them snow permanents?
In limited though? No, it doesn't make them snow permanents.
Yeah, then I don't even like it in limited. It's too
expensive.
In
limited though,
it costs 7 to make a 2/2.
Yes, but it's reusable.
True, but there's 9 or more pieces of artifact removal in this set. And
you have a point.
This is basically just colors arcane adaptation. The tap ability is pretty useless. That's what fits.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Commander, it could be cool.
That was my thing.
I like it for like a commander card.
Yeah.
But I think in limited it's no go for standard.
No, not in standard.
And I just don't. If this was 4 to play it and 3 to make a blue without tapping it, then this was a rare that mattered.
Okay.
The fact that it has to tap and I have to wait to untap it to use it again, and it costs me 3, that means I get 2/2 shapeshifters for 10 mana.
Yeah. True.
I'm giving it like a D.
Really?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, maybe in limited, if you have some bomb in limited that needs.
The hell was that?
Cat, probably.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That was scary. That was a
Nobody
scary
come to the
noise.
front door. We'll see if
I'm gonna die live on stream.
No, I'm not. He is. Here's the thing: if you have some sort of limited bomb that requires them to be something, such as a wolf or a troll, then
or
this
like dwarf tribal,
then this could be beneficial.
Yep.
But that means you also have to get this as one of your other rares.
That's true.
Well, you don't build off this.
No, shit, no.
You can't build off this. And if you have something else that cares, this is another rare from another pack, and you hope you might get it.
Well, here's the thing. Let's say, because there's a lot of tribal synergies in this set. Let's say pack 1, you pull a really bomb tribal synergy card, like the one that gives the dwarves and berserkers +1/+1.
Okay.
If this comes around halfway through that first pack or halfway through the second pack, I'm probably going to pull it.
If you've been getting, yeah. I grant you that. But that means that you had to get 2 rares that mattered to each other from.
And if some people are sitting at the table, they're just rare drafting anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you always have those.
Yeah.
But it's also still 7 mana for 2/2.
Yep. And then 10 mana for 2/2/2s.
Yeah. 4 power. I put 4 power on the board.
13 mana for okay.
See the
you talked me out of it.
Now, this is fine if it didn't tap.
Yeah.
If I could just pay, and it costs 3. It should cost 3, tap for 3.
Okay.
If I'm a tree that costs 4 to make, why does it cost me 3 to make another one?
Yeah.
And I tap. Like, no. Let me split apart. Let me mitosis my ass at 3 and 3, and we'll just be fine. Right? But it's overcosted, and it's useless in 90% of the things you're going to build.
I liked it.
I'm sorry, man.
I know it's not really that good.
You were going to down. I made it. You like the other one.
I know, right? Yeah. You made me hate this one.
Yeah,
that's all right. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it.
Here's the funny part. I almost put this on my list of I like this card, and then I went through all the rest of the cards and went, "What is this doing?" Right? Like it has to be with another piece to make it good.
Yep.
Which means if you take this as your first rare, you pull this out of the pack. You're begging for another rare for the rest of the game that goes with it.
That's true.
You're not building around anything because this can't make itself any. This can't make itself any better.
Here's the thing: there are uncommons that have tribal synergies.
True, but are they like tribal synergies that will win you a game, or would they require this to win you the game?
That's true. That's true.
Anything that you need, anything that if you draft this first, you need something else to win the game. This doesn't win you the game.
True.
Now, I'm fine with taking this if you have a whole bunch of synergies in limited, and then you just happen to get this.
If you look at this as far as quadrant theory, it's no good when you're building. It's good when you're ahead. It's not good if you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the fourth part of quadrant theory?
I don't even know what
at parity. At parity.
A 4-drop, any other 4-drop is
any
better.
other 4-drop at parity. So yeah, in quadrant theory, it
technically any other 7-drop.
Yeah, that's true. So really, it's just win more at that point.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
That's true.
This doesn't come down on the board and go, look, I'm winning.
Yeah, this comes down on the board and panics a Timmy.
Yeah, so this would go really well against Philip.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yes, this comes down on the board.
Fidwell will look at us.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Fidwell would look at us and go, "Well, that didn't do anything."
Fidwell's like, "Well, there's your first card to cut next time."
Yeah. Like I'm not even going to counter that.
Philip immediately uses removal on it. This is a lightning rod. This is a lightning rod for Timmy's. Fidwell's losing it.
It's like, wow, you wasted 7 mana to make a 2/2. I lightning bolt it. And I win. Oh wait, no, I don't.
Maybe that's my reason for picking
I don't even lightning bolt this. I shock it.
Yeah, you shock it.
Actually, I block it with my 3/3.
Yeah, you just block it with a 3/3.
I block it with my 2/3.
You're just like, okay, you have a 2/2 everything. You can't even mutate onto it because it's a human.
Yeah. I block it with my 2/3 that costs 2 mana.
I figured out what this is useful for. Are you ready?
Garbage?
No.
Signing and giving away to our guests?
Hang on. You have a Zedru the Great-Hearted deck.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a commander that lets you donate cards to other players.
Oh, God, you give them this.
Hang on. Hear me out. This is great. Your opponent is playing a mutate deck, and you give them this.
Then their mutates don't work.
Because they can't mutate because now everything's
they're all
humans. That's what this is for.
This
goes in your Zedru sideboard for when your friends are playing a mutate deck.
That's so bad.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for talking me out of this one.
That's extremely specific, but I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. This, on the other hand, I love this card.
Well, it's blue, so Fidwell will like it.
Oh, man. This card is hot, and I'll tell you why this card's hot. So, this has gotten, like we didn't talk about this last stream. So, 2 mana, choose target non-instant, Choose target non-legendary creature. The next time one or more creatures or planeswalkers enter the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of the chosen creature, and it's foretellable.
So wait, so you can choose any non-legendary creature in ever?
Okay, so you've got that crappy 2/2 that the last thing made, right? And you go to cast your Nicol Bolas or your Ugin or any other major creature or planeswalker. For 1 mana, if I foretold this, your planeswalker now comes into play as a copy of this crappy creature instead.
Oh.
Okay.
Choose target non-legendary creature. The next time one or more creatures or planeswalkers enter the battlefield this turn, they enter as a copies of the chosen creature.
So it doesn't even get countered. Your creature still comes in. It's sitting on the battlefield. It's just useless. So that's one awesome use of it. But 2, let's say you're playing a Simic deck, okay? Mm-hmm. Your Avenger of Zendikar comes in. The Avenger of Zendikar ability that puts all the plant tokens into play,
yes,
that goes on the stack. You cast this, targeting your Avenger of Zendikar. All of those plant tokens come in as copies of Avenger of Zendikar, and you get exponential plant growth.
Wow.
Right? How cool is this card?
Because each one would come in as a... Wait, next time one or more creatures or planets enter the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies. Why that's on the stack, you play it.
Yep. So all those plant tokens, the ability of the plant tokens coming in is on the stack.
You pay 2.
You play Mystic Reflection, or 1, if you foretold, because you totally foretell this, so nobody can take it
for
from
3.
you.
Don't pay layaway if you don't have to.
No, pay layaway, because then people can't take it out of your hand.
Well, that's if you're playing a deck that cares.
It's insurance for people making you discard things.
Yeah, granted. But then the next time...
You definitely put this card on layaway, because then it goes into the nether where nobody can touch it, and you can foretell it for 1.
So the next time one or more creatures or planeswalkers enter the battlefield. So those all enter at the same time.
Yes. So Avengers Zendikar creates 0/1 plant tokens for how many lands you have, right?
Yeah.
So let's say how much does Zendikar cost? 8?
I think it's 7.
7? So they're coming in...
It might be 6.
Might be 6.
Yeah, it might be 6. I think it comes
so let's say 6 plant tokens are coming in. Now, 6 more Avengers of Zendikar are coming in.
Yeah.
So now 36 plant tokens are coming in.
Yeah.
And then you drop a land and they're all...
Then you play another... Then you
twos.
play another one of these. And then another one.
Yeah, this card's gross. It's 5 GG, so it's 7.
7. Okay, so I was right the first time.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing. Like what he says is if you have a 1/1 or he has a 1/1 on the field, there has to be another creature. So it's slightly limited. But I'm playing...
But in a commander game, and I picked this for commander.
Oh, this is standard.
Oh, this is totally standard playable. But, like, you know, I'm thinking commander. This is just a bomb.
Yeah.
Commander. Like, this is auto-include in just about every blue commander deck
so,
from now on.
When I play this and I choose target non-legendary creature, it's targeted it.
Yep.
If I destroy it, does it still matter?
Yep. No, you can destroy it. You would have to destroy it before Mystic Reflection resolved. Because it's kind of the effect.
Yeah, but you've already you're going to play this in response to their big creature or their big thing coming out. Yeah, and then a lot of time they're not going to have some way to destroy the creature you are targeting.
Right.
Yeah, turning an Emrakul into
like
a 1/1
soldier token. It's so gross.
Or an 0/4 wall.
Yep. I've got my my wall of blossoms that I've been recurring.
Okay, yeah, it'll fizzle.
Your awesome creature that you're bringing down, or even your commander. Imagine bringing your commander down and going, nope, your commander comes in as my wall of blossoms. Have a card, though.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah. Your commander doesn't work, I'm sorry.
Or if you've got something like Wall of Blossoms really is a good one to use because it can't attack.
Yeah. I mean, just about anything on the battlefield it would be better, even if you're making him and giving him another big creature, as long as it isn't that game changer, you know. Or if they have a big creature on the battlefield, you pay this, and you drop a 1-drop or a 2-drop, and all of a sudden it is that thing.
Well, and this is also insurance against removal of your best things. Let's say you've got something nice on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And you've got a token generator that you've just kind of got some mana sitting around.
So that you can... Yeah, I see what you mean.
If they go to remove your good creature, generate a token, cast Mystic Reflection, the token comes in as that copy, and then their removal goes off. Pretty rad.
Yeah. I like it.
This card's neat.
That's fun.
I like it a lot.
And it's cheap. If it was more expensive, it wouldn't work.
Even if it's more expensive, it's just I think the ability is... I think this card is undercosted for the ability that it gives.
It can fizzle too easy, I think.
But with removal, like it only fizzles if they remove the creature.
Or bounce it.
Or bounce it. But if they're
I mean, they can counter this too. But
that's true too.
But I mean, it's still
the fact
good.
that it has foretell.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I mean, foretell is still counterable.
It's still countable.
It's an alternate casting cost.
Yeah. But the fact that you can protect against like
sorry about the honor.
Hand control, pretty rad.
Yeah.
That's my sleeper hit. Oh, here's one of yours.
Yeah. All right, so this is another I just like Old Growth Troll, the OG.
OGT.
It's just
OG
the OG
troll.
I just like it as the OG troll, right? For one thing, it's a 4/4 with trample for 3, and the mono green Stompy is just plain green.
Yeah.
So you get a 4/4 with trample on 3.
Yep.
When Old Growth dies, and if it was a creature, returns to battlefield as an aurora, it becomes an aura enchantment that enchants a forest.
Yep.
That taps, add to, so it ramps. It'll ramp itself. Or, for 1, you sacrifice that land and bring the OG troll back.
Yeah.
So for 3 mana, technically 4 if you add for the other one. Technically 5 because you have to sacrifice the land.
What do you mean? Oh, I got you.
That's 2 4/4s.
Yeah.
And the other part of that is that sacrifice this land, create a 4/4 isn't on sorcery speed.
No.
It's whenever, right? It's anything that dies and then can be brought back to the battlefield, and the fact that it's a 4/4 for 3 with trample is, I mean, it's just mono green Stompy's wet dream.
If this was 3 green mana for a 4/4 trample with no other abilities,
it would go into most limited decks.
it's still a great card for
it
limited.
would be uncommon, and people would draft it on limited.
I think it'd be uncommon. Is that because of the concentration of green?
4/4. If you notice anything that it benefits itself too much, so if it was 3 green for 3/4, I could see it at common. But once you start going both pips above, both toughness and above, it seems to bump itself up into uncommon. Especially if it was 3 green for a 4/4, I guess with no other abilities, you might see it more at common. But remember, you're looking at 6/6s for 6 at common, and 5/5s for 5.
Well, yeah, but let's look back in Dominaria. The 3 green for a 5/4 couldn't be blocked by creatures power 2 or less. That was rare.
Are we talking about rare? I'm talking about common.
You think this would be a common at 3 mana for a 4/4?
No. I would think it'd be an uncommon at 3 mana for a 4/4.
Oh.
At 3 mana... So at 3 mana with a 4/4 with trample, I think it's uncommon. At 3 mana at 4/4 with nothing, I could see maybe reaching itself down to a common.
Oh, wow.
We're the power seep is getting pretty crazy. Our power levels are getting so high.
Yeah. Still a good card.
No. This is
still a great card at that point.
Yeah, at rare, this is where you want to see it.
Yeah.
It's almost touching that mythic.
Yeah, just about.
But yeah, 3 mana, they get you a 4/4 that ramps if it dies. So so be it.
the fact that it ramps if it dies, and then you can pull it out at instant speed and create a 4/4 that the opponent may forget about.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. You can pop your troll out when they're attacking, and they're like, "Oh crap! I forgot you could do that for 1."
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't do anything. The only thing I wish it was pay 1 sacrifice this land. The pay 1 tap means it can't sacrifice itself.
Yeah, that's true. That's the only drawback, really.
Also, there is one more drawback. It doesn't matter if you do it at instant speed; it comes in tapped.
Oh, it does create tapped. That's true. Boo.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, it just means that you could do this at instant speed in response to some sort of enchantment destruction or...
Sure, yeah.
So, I think Fidwell and I got the same idea at the same exact time.
Yeah.
Ooh, mine.
Oh, here's one of yours.
So this gives us an idea of the difference in the way Shane and I play Magic. So a lot of Shanes are going to be these like crazy, like pull everything out of the graveyard or these big booms, right? Are you trying to change? Oh, I didn't do the alternate art. There is an alternate art that's really cool, but
I thought it was. It doesn't have a back to it. Sorry,
no, it doesn't.
I thought this was one of the gods that had a different back.
Orvar, the all form changeling, 3/3 for 4, which isn't great, but not bad. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents.
That's awesome.
When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, create a token that's a copy of target permanent.
That's just strong.
Right? So the second... Yeah, you said it right as you hit in. So the second part I'm kind of confused on. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, right? Create a token that's a copy of target permanent. Do I choose the target?
Yeah. Because you control the ability.
Huh?
Yeah, because you control the ability.
Well, when a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard
Orvar.
Create a token that's a copy of target permanent. So any permanent on
any permanent on the field.
Okay, cool. So there is a lot of discard in this set.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of target player discards a card on 2 and 3, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, fine. I'll discard Orvar. I'll make a target of this land.
Yeah, you can ramp from it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe maybe it's late game. I only have one card in my hand. I have a big creature out. They make me discard to try to save it. I get another copy. But here's what I like about this. You're saying it's not game breaking, and I can understand that. But how many 1-drop red target spells are out there?
Oh yeah.
Right? Combat tricks. Right? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token of that copy.
Use a combat trick on one of your creatures. Now you have 2 of them.
Yep.
Yep.
Do it again.
Pretty cool.
Do it again. Like once this goes on the battlefield, you can just lay down a hand of 1-drop cards to duplicate everything but him, of course.
Yeah.
Because it was legendary.
Right.
But,
now, here's my question, too. And this, I'm glad Fidwell's here. He may have the better answer to this. Let's say I've got a red-blue commander deck.
Yeah.
And I've got Zada.
Yeah. It makes a copy that targets, right?
So I'd
have to look up Zada.
I'm targeting Zada, and it creates a copy that targets everything else on the board.
Yeah, but I think Zada creates a copy of that spell that targets each thing. I'd have to read Zada.
Yes. So my question is, does
everything
on the board copy?
No, because it's whenever you cast.
It's a cast trigger. Okay.
Zada expert checking in, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, Fidwell's here. Can he answer this question?
You will get a copy of Zada.
I mean, you get a copy of Zada, which she's legendary, so you're not casting the copies. Okay, so it doesn't combo. Okay, that was my question. I'm like, does this make all the Zada players now create a red-blue deck and have Zada as the secret commander?
Now,
but, okay,
if you target Zada with something while this is down there, right? I think you could line it up where you make you copy, Zada goes on. You can line it up so you can make the copy first? Or is it?
And you can make the copy first.
right? Well, then one of those, then it makes copies of all of the things. Doesn't it target the next one? And then when it...
Because making a copy isn't a cast trigger.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was not a cast. What the hell's going on out there? Cars.
Yeah.
I don't think it quite works, but
No,
it would
doesn't.
be fun.
Fidwell clarified. He's like, yeah, Zada creates copies, but you're not casting the copies, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, what I thought was fun about this, in the rogue deck, right now, there's a rogue that says when it comes into play, opponent chooses cards to show you based on how many things are in your party and discards it.
Yeah.
And you usually pick your worst card in your hand to discard, because it's usually just the rogue that's on the board.
Yeah.
With this, you can literally pick Orvar. Like, here's the one I want to discard. And because it's controlled by your opponent, you get to do the Orvar, I don't know if it's him or her, you get to use Orvar's
definitely
create a token that's a copy of target permanent. So on turn 2, yeah, it'd be cool to get Orvar down, but on turn 2, they think they're getting some advantage making you discard, but you may ramp yourself.
Or you copy their thing and pull a card out of there.
And pull a card out of their hand. Sure, absolutely. Yeah, this is a cool card. I like this a lot.
I mean,
Cool.
now
Now, is this a limited bomb?
Yeah.
Is it?
There's plenty of things that target.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing: Orvar gets out, and you get another. You can just if you took just combat tricks, it would work. I don't know if it. I think it's a limited bomb because there are plenty of small combat tricks all through this set.
And people aren't pulling combat tricks top 5 picks out of the pack.
Not
either.
usually. No, you are, but
I mean, I am. Four creatures and 12 combat tricks. What are you doing, Shane?
yeah. Also, the changeling, the shapeshifter can play into some things.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this because it's not Rakdos or Golgari.
Yeah, I'm good. So that's about all I want to talk about.
No, it's very cool.
But I mean, I think this could be a commander with a blue, because you have tons of target instant or sorceries in blue that, target creature does this, target creature flies, target creature da.
Yeah.
And so.
Also, I like that it's a changeling.
Yeah. I mean,
This-
it has to be.
Why would it have to be?
For flavor.
Oh, for flavor, yeah. No, I mean, like, this goes in your sliver deck.
Yeah, it could go into anything.
Like,
Though the
that's
slivers
super
are not-
goofy that this goes in a sliver deck.
Well, it goes into a sliver deck, but there's no instant or sorceries in my sliver deck.
Yeah, never mind.
Slivers are creatures. That's it.
Is
Sliver
it
decks.
really just...
My sliver deck is only creatures.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, how else are the slivers going to win? Eat your face.
Yeah, that's true.
I play this. They're all indestructible. Oh, crap.
Right. Ah, crap.
But, yeah.
I do like that a lot. That is cool.
It's just a neat... Especially here, there's another combat trick for this. If you're blocking and you have a creature to block, you play a combat trick prior to assigning blocks, and you get 2 creatures. And so now you literally, before they attack, you play your thing on your combat trip.
Oh, yeah.
Before assigning blocks.
Oh, yeah.
And then, boop, you got 2 of them.
Yeah. So here's mine. This is one that I'm just a huge fan of because it's Birthing Pyre.
Kind of.
It's Birthing Pyre. So Pyre of Heroes, 2 mana, and 2 and tap, sack a creature. Search your library for a creature card that shares a creature type with the sacrificed creature and has converted mana cost equal to 1 plus that creature's converted mana cost. Put it on the battlefield, do it as a sorcery. Does this not go in your sliver deck?
Why am I sacrificing slivers?
To go get a bigger sliver, a better sliver.
No, they'll go get them themselves.
How?
Because there's quite a few that you tap, go get, go.
I mean, the Overlord does.
Yeah, Queen can make me a new one.
Yeah.
But I mean, yes. Also, yes, this could go in. This is a tribal commander, and it's cheap enough to work. No, I don't have anything wrong with this, other than it's limited is a little bit of a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, limited not so great.
I mean, it would work. You just have to make sure your creatures share a type.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and you have to have good knowledge of what you put in your deck.
yes. Well, I mean, if we went down the whole list of everything, I bet dwarves, berserkers, and warriors are probably the most common things in this deck.
Angels.
Angels, yeah. So,
Troll.
were there a lot of trolls in this deck?
I think this deck
Were
is
there?
quite a few trolls.
They're in this deck, in this set.
This set, yeah. Yeah, you screwed me up on that, too. Yeah, I mean,
this is one that I'm going to pull regardless.
yeah, I mean, I would
because-
play it. There's no point of not.
Yeah. Admittedly, 2 mana doesn't do anything when it comes down. That's problematic. But
And
2
you have to have
mana
a creature to sacrifice.
tap, sack a creature, get basically that creature's mana a search +1.
I mean, it's not bad. To tell you the truth, we still have Ikoria until the end of the year, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So this is just another cat sack engine.
It is another. Wait, cat second.
So you got Witch's Cauldron and the cat.
Oh, Eldraine from Eldraine.
Eldraine. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Eldraine. Eldraine still, yeah. So this is another thing that, okay, so I'm going to sacrifice the cat, go get something
For 2.
for 2, and,
Sack of food, bring the cat back.
yeah, now
If
the
you've got
cat doesn't make the food, the Witch's Cauldron makes the food.
Right.
But there's plenty of other things in that deck.
Other things that make food.
So this is, I think, if you're in a sacrifice deck where this is fine. I mean, you're going to have to find another cat.
Yeah.
But I think this could work for.
I think, too, this is going to be a lot of fun in Historic.
Yeah, because you have plenty of.
Because you've still got that Rakdos
Oh crap! Goblins.
Judith deck. Oh yeah, and for goblins, yeah, absolutely.
To be the first thing in my goblins deck that's not a goblin.
Well, yeah. If you've got Siege Gang Commander down,
Yeah, I go get Muxus.
you go get Muxus and put it onto the battlefield. It's not even just go search it; it's put it onto the battlefield.
But that's also token. Go get a gem miner.
Yep, go get your Skirk Prospector.
Yeah, the script.
Yep. So yeah, sack a Goblin token, get your Skirk Prospector.
So that I can sack the
And
rest
you
of the
go
board
off.
to win the game.
Yeah, this goes in your Goblin deck.
Yeah.
It's your first non-Goblin creature in your Goblin deck.
Yeah. I mean, it works. Any tribal.
It's super useful. And people were like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, this is cool, but it's not quite as good as Birthing Pod."
Well, no crap. Birthing Pod
Well,
is
yeah.
something they're never going to make again.
Birthing Pod
Stop
got
bouncing.
banned. No shit, it's not as good as Birthing Pod. It's not as good as the Mox Opal. Yeah, no shit.
I don't like this because it's not as good as the original Black Lotus.
This Jace isn't as good as the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah,
Well,
they're not going to make that again.
This creature sucks because it dies to removal. Yeah,
Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. All right,
that's what I love.
I think I put this in here.
Yeah, you did.
All right, so this is a commander card. This is not really going to work for limited unless you build completely around it, right?
Well, here's the thing, though. You can take this and then pick your creature types as you're going.
That's what I meant. You build around it.
Yeah.
So you enters the battlefield. You choose a creature type. So this could work in a sliver deck.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You may
God,
look
yeah,
at the
this
top
definitely
card of your
belongs in the sliver
library
deck.
anytime. You may cast creatures chosen to. So this doesn't hurt anything. It's great for any deck that can play green.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I just see bear like, hey, with Adam, right?
Yeah,
This is
Adam
the
was
bear.
like, "Well, there's a new bear."
There's my bear, But so I mean, this is what is that? It's not as good as like the one that lets you look at the top and lets you play lands. The old Muldrul.
Muldrotha?
No. It's like the Defender or the 04 that. Shoot, it was in the cube we drafted. It lets you basically. It's a creature that lets you look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you stop doing that. If it's a land, you can play it. You can play that and just looks at the top creature card.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
I
I'll take
know.
your word for it.
Something of Muldru or Mol. Man, I'm bad with names, so don't get. But I mean, this is a great card. This is a card that's not, to tell you the truth, even if you don't have a great synergy with.
Hey, Buckeye Mama.
Hey, Even if you don't have a great synergy of creatures, it's still looking at the top card. It gives you information.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. It's a 2/3 for 3. It's a changeling, so it's anything.
Yeah.
Commander, it's a great card. Can't be your commander, which I wish it could be, but But
right? Yeah, just a green. Suddenly, this is my new green commander, and it's any tribal that I want to.
Right. Yeah, but
I finally get my snake tribal card. Sorry, restless leg syndrome's a bitch, folks.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you start doing that,
you just slap me.
I can see. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing.
See
I see on here,
bounce.
and we start going. Do.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. Shane gets a little Shane's in the big chair and he gets a little anxious. He gets Bobby.
I apologize.
So, but that's it. I mean, this is just a good card. It's great. Yeah. It's Commander stable.
And this is also the Buy a Box promo.
Is it cool?
You get the. Let's see if we can find it. Oh God, what have I done? We're going to find it soon. I promise.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the weird horns.
All right. So we're going to bring the window over here. Zoop. Okay. But that's the Buy a Box promo.
Look at my horns. I'm a pig elk.
A creepy. You know what it is?
What?
It's the pig monsters from the village.
It does look
the
like
Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. I mean, look at that long hair, too. Like, what the heck's that about?
Oh, man.
What's with the shoulder
now
mushrooms?
I hate it. Because it's one of the pig monsters from the Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. All right. Stop advertising for...
Burp, 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 burp. But yeah, it is very cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of those that, like...
It's a new It's a green commander staple.
It really is.
It's just solid.
This will go in every green tribal. I mean,
deck.
it's definitely going to go in my elf deck.
Yeah.
My
elves.
Fraley's deck.
Yeah.
100%.
There's no real downside
and
to this card.
The elf commander that we were looking at earlier.
Yeah.
The Golgari elf commander. Yeah. Definitely goes in there.
Yeah, this card is just good all around. There's nothing wrong with it. It benefits. It's always a plus in Commander. I don't think, like I said, limited. It's a little rough unless you build around it. It's not like a rare that you're going to see and go, oh yeah, that finishes my deck. But it's a rare that if you see first pack one, pick one, you go, okay, I can build this.
Yeah.
You know.
There we go. So this one's one of mine that I'm a huge fan of. So, hang on. I'm going to minimize my thing here, make sure we're... Wow, do you know Windows does that? Oh, God, what have I done?
Close Mythic spoiler, or minimize it.
Sorry, folks, technical difficulties.
There you go.
I made a mistake. There we go. So, in that green-black elf deck, this...
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
It just makes 2 L's with it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's got the foretell at 3.
Yep.
Well, at 6. But at 4.
See, but it does. But my thing is, like, you're paying the 2 on one turn. Paying it later, yeah, it's the overall cost, but if you've got nothing else that turn, that 2 is still value because they can't make you discard this.
Yeah, no, and I get that if you have the extra mana, but if you're choosing to foretell over playing another permanent on the battlefield,
true,
or a removal, or sorcery thing, or something that's better, then that foretell hurts you.
Yeah. But it's 4 mana, bounce something back to the battlefield. If it's an elf, you get 2 little 1/1s with it. I just thought it was cool.
Return upon the title. I wish it had some flavor. I want to know what's going on here.
It's coming in, like, they...
A return upon the tide.
Return upon the tide. So they've pushed the dead out to sea in a Viking funeral.
Yeah.
And it's coming back.
What, with
to
2
the shore.
Other elves?
With 2 elves.
What did it do?
They're resurrecting it. The elves have come in from the swamp, and they've brought back the body, and the body's going to resurrect itself.
I don't. What? Why?
Because they were swamp elves.
No. Well, there's no tide in the swamp, elf.
Maybe it's the swamp that is like.
Does the body go out there and just split apart? Just make 3 new things? Like, here's the original, and I made 2 babies.
No, the elves are bringing it back to the shore.
But why didn't they exist before?
They were just out there in the swamp.
A lack of flavor is making me mad on this one.
Dude, this is great. This is super flavorful.
There's no flavor.
Look at the crow. Embossed.
I hate you.
I just thought it was a cool resurrection
It's
spell.
a great resurrection spell. Don't get me wrong. I like that.
I don't know if this is in the packs or if it's part of the...
Oh, that dumb thing.
hang on, let's see. Because if it's just part of the decks...
I haven't slept well, guys. I'm sorry about the yawning.
That's going to be crappy. Return upon the tide. Let's see.
It's an uncommon, so keep it going.
We're not there yet, are we? We're still not in the uncommons. There we are. There it is. Okay, so it's part of the regular packs. So you could draft it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great, for 3 or for 4 at sorcery speed. And you bring it back with bonuses if it's an elf.
Yep.
It's just so weird.
And I think it goes in the green-black elf commander deck.
Yeah, she kind of does look like she's opening from a cocoon.
Right?
Like maybe she metastasized? I don't know. She just created 2 more. She had babies. I don't know. Why if it's an elf, it makes 2 more elves? I don't know. I don't get it.
My science teacher back in middle school.
Mitosicized? I don't know how you pluralize mitosis.
Mitosist?
Mitosising?
It underwent.
It underwent mitosis? She underwent mitosis?
My science teacher back in middle school, his name was Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
He made a joke about mitosis. He was like...
Mitoses?
Mitoses?
Mitoses? Ooh, that might sound right.
That's plural mitosis. He made a joke about mitosis. He said, my brother, a girl's brother, is the best way to teach about cell splitting. And we all look at him blankly, and he goes, "It's my toe, sis." I'm like, what? That was his joke, not mine. But it still makes me giggle because it was such a failed joke.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. Mitosis is my toe. Did the toe split?
Like if he stubbed his toe.
Yeah, but he would have to split it in half, and one side would become newly conscious behavior.
It's my toe, sis.
Oh, I cut off half my toe, and it wiggled away. That's mitosis.
My toe, sis.
Oh, that's you.
This. Oh. Okay, so this might actually be one of my... This probably makes like my top 3 commander cards in the set. And...
Mitosis. I'm still mad about
my
that.
toe, sis.
I think I might quit from that one.
Okay, first off, this card is an instant.
Instant.
This card has no business being an instant.
Instant. Well, it has to be for it to work.
Not really. I mean...
Yeah.
It has to be good, yes.
Yeah.
But this card being an instant in a commander game... Okay, it has a foretell of 1 black. You have this in your hand, you put, it goes into foretell, who cares? And then later in the game, when someone does a board wipe, and there's 15 creatures that die across the board, and you pay 1 black and get 15 2/2 zombie berserker creatures. That's gross. That's gross.
Yep. Then I wipe the board again.
Fine.
Yeah.
You now have to wipe the board again for it to...
And then I play whatever the worm, -2/-2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you play Massacre Worm, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I play Massacre Worm, you lose the game next turn.
Yeah.
Crap, I just lost 30 life.
Look at the value on this card.
It is a really good value. There's nothing wrong with this card.
Like, yeah, the layout... The fact that if it was just 2 and a black for this card...
It'd still be good.
It's still a great card. it's still an auto-include for just about every black deck because Commander has so many board wipes.
Yeah. I mean, some of my decks have 4 or 5.
Yeah. Or you're dealing with something like, what's the saga that the first part of it's a black saga. The first part you create an
Artifact.
You create something into an artifact.
You make something into an artifact creature.
And then the second is all non-artifact creatures are destroyed.
And then the third is exile graveyards.
Exile all graveyards.
Yeah.
So like, and it's recursive if you have like Muldrotha. It's in my Muldrotha deck. You play this at the end of the destroy everything turn. Suddenly, there's a huge crackback. For me, being that Muldrotha player, at the end of my turn, you've now created 15 2/2s.
Yeah.
And I've got to deal with now only one of my creatures survived, probably Muldrotha.
Also, why do you put that in your Muldrotha? Or is it only opponent's decks get exiled?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you're exiling your deck in Muldrotha, you're doing it wrong.
It's like
or your graveyard.
Ashiok. It's Ashiok's ability.
Yeah, for your opponent. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this is such a huge consequence.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, now
I've swept the board and I have Muldrotha and I can do all these things.
Well, you do have to now pay attention if this card exists. Like, okay, I need a board wipe. Is anybody holding up? Does anybody have any cards in Foretell, for one thing?
Yeah.
In exile. Is anybody holding up 2 in a black?
Yep.
Or is there some cards for Foretell? It's another layer of thought process when playing Commander.
Yeah.
This now exists, and you have to think about that.
Yeah. Rise of the Dreadmar now exists, and it's something that we all have to keep in mind in Commander. That's super cool to me.
Yeah, anything
I love when they
affects the
create a
game.
card that now, like, just becomes part of a meta.
Yeah.
Like, back in, like, Kaladesh Aether Revolt, Fatal Push was great, but nobody plays Fatal Push in Commander. You know, it was part of the standard meta, but
Yeah.
standard rotates. This is now part of an internal format meta, which is cool to me.
Yeah.
That always is really cool to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if I would see it in some modern.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could see this in some modern decks.
I could see this being a sideboard card in a modern deck or two.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
yeah,
just think it was really cool.
it's just great. It's a staple.
And even in that historic, like, sacrifice deck, if you get a turn where you've sacrificed, say, 2 or 3 of those, like the Footlight Fiends and the Dreadhorde Butchers, that deck, have this in your layaway, do 2 or 3 sacrifices, and then pay 1 black, and you get some, 3 2/2s that you now can sacrifice to your Priest of Forgotten Gods.
Yeah.
It even goes in that. I love this card. This card is super underappreciated.
I don't think it's underappreciated. I think this is card.
You think this is on people's radar?
I think this is one of the biggest cards on the radar right now.
I haven't seen people talking about it.
Everybody who spoiled. I mean, this was an early spoil. This didn't spoil late.
No, this was early.
So I think it was the first videos a lot of people made, in which we didn't watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
Now, here's one of yours. I'm a big fan of this, too.
This should be one of everybody's.
Yeah, this is the flavor win of the world.
I mean, this is the Realm Eater. This is Fenrir.
Yeah.
All right. So it's called Seraph in this because they apparently can use 2,000-year-old legends, apparently.
Yeah, apparently Fenrir...
Fenrir, Odin is what? Someone owned the copyright on freaking Odin?
well, it's not Earth's mythology.
Well, why the hell not? They weren't on Earth either.
What do you mean?
Odin? They didn't live on Earth.
Earthen mythology, though. That's mythology that has come from
but Earth could be in the planes. We don't know. There's millions and billions of them.
Well, it's the same reason they didn't use Ra.
Well, that was dumb.
In Amonkhet.
Well, yeah. Well, that's also because I mean, they had the Scarab God and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. But anyway, I think that should have started with an F at least and been like Ferris or Ferif
Faruf.
instead of Seraph. It's Fenrir. Anyway,
Well, it's got an F at the end.
I will stab you.
It's Fluras backwards.
If they had just taken Fenrir and reversed it, I would have been fine.
Renif?
Renif, whatever. But anyway, Fenrir. I'm going to call it Fenrir forever.
Yeah,
or
it's
Fen.
Fenrir.
I'm just
It's
going to call it
Fenrir.
Fen for short.
It is.
Whenever a permanent and opponent...
As long as I can call Toski Ratatosker.
You can call whatever cards you want to call whatever cards.
That's what he is.
So it's Fen. All right. So whenever a permanent opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Fen.
That's cool.
Right? At the beginning of your upkeep, if Fen has one or more 1/1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way.
It's a stacks piece in Standard.
This is a May, right?
It's a May, yeah.
So, fine. This is a basic limited bomb that you basically are sitting on a, hey, if I get back around, I'm going to wipe your board.
Yeah.
So you either use your removal now, or...
And it is each other non-land permanent.
Yeah.
It's not like a Pernicious Deed, where it's all creatures or all things with that mana cost or less.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a limited bomb. I think they build Standard around it. Now, it is a Lightning Bolt Eater.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It dies quick.
Yeah.
But you know what? So what?
Things don't suck because they die to removal. Things die to removal.
Yeah. What's crazy about this is a 3-drop, 3/3 that becomes whatever.
Gets bigger.
Yep.
This goes in... Okay, first off, this goes in Marin, because my Marin has, tons of...
It doesn't work in Marin because it exiles the other non-land permanents. Because if you do it, you'll exile your own permanents.
I sack all my permanents. I've got tons of sack outlets.
That's plausible. But your permanents also don't trigger that. It's only opponents.
Yeah, but I've got Grave Pact effects like crazy in Marin, where when one of my permanents dies, you have to sack one of yours too.
Yeah, that's true.
So as I'm sacking my permanents, you're having to sacrifice yours. Sarulf gets bigger, and then Sarulf exiles your whole board.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, it's a little. What do the British call it?
Bridge from Below.
Kinda, yeah. I was trying to think of the British baking show. They're when they're eating, they're like, it's a little. Was it cagey? No, scrumpy, crumpy. It's a little
frumpy,
little. Yeah, like that is a little frumpy. Like, okay, for this to work, I need
it goes
to do this, to do this, to do this.
What's the black, white, green commander with all the +1/+1 counters?
We spend a lot of time going, what is that?
Yeah, right. Goes in Gavi.
Gavi? All right.
Because he spreads out +1/+1 counters everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you can also play this in Historic and go snake this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the problem is it'll kill the snake. It'll exile your own stuff.
Maybe he's not as good as you thought he was then.
He does eat the whole world.
Yeah,
including
he exiles
yours.
the whole world.
But Fen here, I mean, even if you don't use the May ability ever, every time one of their creatures dies, it gets bigger. Without a downfall. Because a lot of those other creatures that every time something dies gets +1/+1 has a downfall to it.
Yeah, it's got some kind of bad effect to it that you don't want.
But I mean, think another creature for this deck, or another creature that's comparative to that, is the flying... What is it? 2/2 for 5. That whenever a creature dies, it get a +1/+1 counter on it, which is a commander staple. This is just another commander staple.
Yeah.
So, also, it will be a great. It's a great limited card. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of reversing a little bit on whether or not this sees Standard. Yeah, it has alt art.
That's what I was looking for.
It's a multicolor, so it's right there.
So cool.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
We'll bring the alt art up here in a second. I'm trying to get rid of all the damn pop-up ads. There we go.
Yeah, that's why we don't want to.
Right. So there's the alt art for it, where it basically is him in attack mode, exiling the whole world.
Eating it.
So yeah.
So
I love the alt art border.
So Fenrir in the old Norse legends, I think, was created when Loki slept with a giantess. He slept with some,
Is it a Loki thing?
Yeah,
I thought it was...
Fenrir is a child of Loki. Greyback, yeah.
Giant monstrous wolf, son of Loki, and the giantess Angerboda.
Yeah. So
And the brother of Hel and Jormungandr. Jormungandr, I think, was a big worm.
yeah, that's the World Eater.
Yeah.
Jagmungandr.
Jormungandr.
Jagmungandr.
Jormungandr.
Jagmungandr. Anyway, we don't need to be reading too much Norse legend, but yeah, so Fenrir is a child of Loki, which in this set is actually a planeswalker playing Loki, so I don't know what happened with that.
So in the Prose Edda,
Okay.
it includes that due to the god's knowledge of prophecies foretelling great trouble from Fenrir and his rapid growth,
Yeah.
the
they did it
gods
to
bound
themselves.
him, and as a result, Fenrir bit off the right hand of the god Tyr.
Yeah. So they chained him up so he got pissed and bit him.
Yep.
And then he got pissed and ate the world.
Yep.
Or destroyed the world. But he wouldn't have gotten pissed and ate the world if they wouldn't have chained him up.
So it was a self-fulfilling prophecy,
Yeah.
basically.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Unfettered will fare the Fenris wolf and ravage the realm of men, ere that cometh a kingly prince as good to stand in his stead.
All right. Now we're getting off the topic a
That's
little bit.
interesting. I'll have to read more about that. I didn't realize that was Loki's son. I always thought he was just kind of a, I don't know, created like some prophetic thing up in
No.
the world. I thought he chased the moon or something.
Nope.
Isn't there a wolf that chases the moon?
I don't know. There's a lot of wolves in Norse mythology.
That's true.
I mean, think about
Bad
Norse
at this.
mythology. It's cold. We're around a fire. Damn it, a wolf again. Like, it kind of builds itself
That's
into a
true.
myth, you know?
Oh, damn it. There's so many wolves and bears.
You know, it's like, oh my God, they're trying
Oh,
to eat
hey,
us
look at that
again.
squirrel. Let's make him in part of it, too, because he cheers me up because he's not dangerous.
Look at that squirrel with that really long tail. He must rule the messengers.
He must know everything.
Well, probably they just watched the squirrel go up and down a tree all day and went, he's a messenger.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this Seraph or is a good card. It'll be great in limited. Don't know if it'll see standard play, but it will definitely.
Oh, here's one of yours.
Yep. So this is what. Wow, that's really big.
Yeah.
There we
There
go.
we go.
This is what all discard cards should be from now on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's a common, right? It's a 4-drop. Technically a 4-drop either way, foretell or 4/4.
Yep.
But you can lay away it. You know, if you don't have anything on turn 2, you can lay away this for later to pay 2 for. Man, I'm suffering over here apparently. I probably need a drink. But anyway, here's the thing. Late game, target opponent discards 2 cards. That's crappy.
Yeah.
Nobody plays it really very often. When you do, you play it because it's like your 23rd card, right? And it's the best card you got. But
Right.
if these... Oh, yeah, thanks, Fidwell.
Fidwell redeems hydrate.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's not the problem of not
don't-
being high.
Go get beverages.
Yeah, I'll go get a beverage in a
Yeah.
second. But anyway, so basically, if target opponent discards 2 cards, that would be terrible
Yeah.
at sorcery speed. But if they have fewer than 2 cards, you draw cards equal to the difference,
Yeah.
right? So if your opponent has an empty hand, for 2 you draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
If they have 1 card in hand, they get rid of that card, you draw a card.
And you draw a card.
This is how all discard cards should be from this point forward.
It has discard trample.
Discard trample. Trample?
Discrample.
Disrample? Distrample?
Discard ram through, basically.
Yeah. But, so, because basically we are never playing discard cards.
No.
Nobody is ever playing.
No.
But I'm playing this. Because that card draw late game is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And even, like, let's say they have 3 cards in hand, fine, they discard 2 cards, I don't draw anything. That's fine. It's fine. But that little tiny bit of benefit that you can get makes this card playable.
And the fact that you can lay away it for 2,
Yeah.
and then, that could be just 2 mana that you weren't going to use.
Yeah.
It's like cycling.
Yeah.
2 mana, cycle, draw a card. This is 2 mana, put it away, nothing can touch it, so all the discard decks that are already out there can't touch it.
Yeah.
And then you basically are saving it for when you need it,
Right.
and it's only 2 then.
It's saving it for your next paycheck.
It's awesome.
Saving it for Christmas.
I think Foretell is, and it's getting some love.
Yeah,
but I
getting a
think it's
little low.
underappreciated.
Well, I don't see. There's nothing wrong with Foretell. It's good. It would be absolutely stellar if you could do it at instant speed instead of just on your turn.
That's true. Yeah,
And also, you can't foretell on the same turn you foretell.
that's true.
So if a foretell is cheaper, like let's say one costs 2 and a blue, and the total cost is 4.
Yeah.
You can't play 2 and then play that blue on the same turn.
Right.
And so there's its downfalls. So there's some of its downfalls. So I'm gonna go grab a drink, and I'll let you.
Dude,
see
grab
if-
me one too.
Huh?
Grab me one too.
No.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your buddy, pal. Oh, the next one's one of your cards too, so I'm gonna trash it while you're away. This card sucks, and I'm never gonna play it because it's blue white. Blue white's garbage, and Andy's wrong for picking this one. Doesn't have any black in it. Doesn't have any green in it or red. So no, actually, this. As far as the sagas go, I actually really appreciate this saga. But the other sagas are my favorites. We'll talk about those maybe later too. Even though I didn't pull any of them. We'll still talk about them. The Golgari saga is still the best. Making room for my beverages.
Oh, which saga is it?
I even have hot sauce. The blue-white.
Yeah, you know why it's good.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a good card. I'm going to let you talk about it. Since you only pulled like 6 cards and I pulled like 14. Because I was indecisive. Turns out I'm indecisive just kind of as a rule with life. How long does it take to get a beverage? I bought a refrigerator for down here so it wouldn't take this long. Are you pouring it?
No, there's water in the bottom of the fridge. I was cleaning it.
Oh. Gotcha.
Am I pouring it? No.
Weirdo. You do the refreshing sound of. I bet that was loud as shit. I apologize. I thought it would sound refreshing, and instead I saw it spike on the mixer there. That is delightful. If Rockstar wants to sponsor us, I am drinking the Rockstar Punched. Or if
Bang's
Bang
better.
wants to sponsor us, Andy is drinking the Candy Apple Crisp Bang. Wow, coming from you, Bucket Mama, that was a shot across the bow, wasn't it?
What's going on?
She goes, I was going to say, when aren't you indecisive? Like, ooh.
Oh. Me?
Oh,
I was like, I'm a deciding.
I just
son
put
of a
these
bee.
balls on the table.
Yeah. All right, so this is one of my... Okay, so I was looking at all the sagas that were at this level or at this price range, because there's quite a few uncommon ones, too.
Yep.
And this is, other than, the super ones that we've already talked about, that everybody's talked about.
Yeah, right. Everybody's talking about the Golgari one. We're not,
Right,
we're not being
everybody's
spicy.
talking about, like, the big ones that are... Or the one that was hand-carved,
Yeah.
So I wanted to look at one that was running a little under the mainstream here and talk about the Raven's Warning. All right. First thing, it's only a 3-drop saga, so that's fine, There's a lot of sagas in this set.
Yeah. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 10 sagas.
Yeah. There's more than that, right?
Nope. I see.
Oh, okay, yeah,
see
I saw
10.
the hand-carved one. I thought it wasn't there. But anyway, the Raven's Warning. 3-drop saga. Azorius colors.
What's one for... there are 10 sagas, and it's one for each of the color pairs.
For each house? For
Yep,
each thing?
For each,
All right.
quote-unquote guild.
Yeah, we got each guild. So we got Azorius here, all right? So you drop it, it makes a 1/1 blue bird token creature. And you gain 2 life. On turn 3, that's not a hurt. That doesn't hurt.
Not bad.
Nope. Turn 2, or next turn, so turn 4, hopefully, right, in Magic Christmas Land. You Magic Land. Yeah. In Azorius, you're looking at a lot of flyers. There's 1-drop flyers,
Yep.
there's a couple things, but anyway, whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, which you're probably going to happen, because
Sure.
you're going to throw your 1/1 at them, at least.
Yep.
To a player this turn, look at that player's hand. All right, you're just looking at it, writing down what they have, getting a good idea what's there, and you draw a card,
Yep.
right? So it's replacing itself on the second saga.
My only problem with this it's not each one.
No, and that's fine.
Like, if it gave all of your creatures curiosity that turn, chef's kiss.
Well, then it would cost 5. Right? It's
Yeah, but
already
it's just that turn.
for 3. You're already getting a blue and gaining 2 life. Now it's hopefully replacing itself. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, on turn 1,
Right?
for the 1 white, gets you 2 life, and then like the blue and 1 gets you a 1/1
Yeah.
flyer.
Right? So
Sure.
1/1 flyer.
Turn 1, it's paid for itself.
So turn 1 it pays for itself because it's not uncommon to see 1/1 flyers at 2 or 3. Right? I could see a 1 blue white flyer that comes into the battlefield that's a 1/1 that gains you 2 life when it ETBs.
Sure.
Right? That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Nope.
So then if you can get it through to attack, which hopefully you will, because flying is not incredibly
Super prevalent.
prevalent. And neither is reach.
True.
Right? Or if you have to, on the turn 1, this should say take a removal spell out of your opponent's hand.
Right, yeah.
Right? Okay. Or not, you get to look and draw a card. It'll replace itself. But here's the other card. Here's the other piece of this, right? You may put a card you own from outside of the game on top of your library.
So, by turn 3, you know what deck you're playing. So you can pull one of your sideboard pieces in.
Well, yeah, you're looking at turn 6 here.
Oh, yeah. Turn
right?
6, yeah.
So you know where you are at the board.
Yep.
You know what you need. You can pull a sideboard piece in.
Yep.
What other card in any standard play right now, in these colors, lets you pull something outside of the game for this amount after you've already gotten a good look at your opponent?
That's super flavorful.
Sorry.
I like that.
So basically, the Raven's Warning. I have a Raven. I send it off.
Yep.
If during the time, if it's able to do some damage, great. If not, it tells me exactly what I need to do to benefit myself.
To beat your opponent.
Right.
That's really cool. I like the flavor on that, too.
Yeah, right?
That's cool.
So the thing is, cards that pull things like this, that pull things from the sideboard, can be extremely powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Because the only downfall of that pull is that it's going to the top of your deck. Right?
So you're getting on turn 7.
Well, yeah, turn 7. Or you're playing white and blue.
Yeah, you're playing white-blue. You have card draw.
The card.
Yeah.
Right? Also, white-blue is going to be playing control a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So here's the thing. You play a white-blue control deck, right? All counters, all destruction, all control, and your big win-the-game cards are in your sideboard and can't even get milled out.
Yep. Yeah, this will see standard play then.
I think it will. I think a white-blue control deck is just right there, right?
That's really cool. I didn't even think of that. Because I was all about, like... Let's see.
Right? Also, this is not a legendary enchantment.
Well, that's true. You start slapping them down and just...
Yep.
They all fire off. That's
Right.
true. God, I didn't even think of that.
Turn 4, you might be playing another one. Create another blue bird, gain 2 life. There's nothing wrong with this card because it only costs you 3 mana.
Yeah.
And
It's
as a
just
control
good value.
as a control deck, you can use 3 mana and still hold up enough for your next turn to be beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
And then this lets you get the thing you need to win the game. This lets you go get Ugin.
Yeah.
Right?
God, that's gross. It basically is a tutor. Like, something that would be a 4 of, you just leave one in your sideboard.
Yeah. Or you play,
all of
because your
these become
sideboard
copies of that.
Your sideboard can be 15 pieces.
Yep.
And you literally just put 5 of those 15 pieces are cards specifically to counter a deck. Oh, I'm playing other control deck. Well, I play this to this. I'm playing a I'm playing Big Green Stompy. Well, I need to stop him or slow him down with this.
Yeah,
et cetera,
that's
et cetera.
cool. That's really cool.
It's a little slow because you put it on top of your library, but you're blue-white. Draw a dang card.
That's neat. Here's one I picked. This one is
everybody picked this
everyone
card.
picked this one. So,
This is not standard playable.
no. This I like. So there were YouTubers and stuff's like, oh, this could make it in standard if you did a all tribal and 5 color. No,
Because
No.
Mono Red has ran you over 10 times.
yeah, Mono Red's got you dead by the time this hits the ground. And starts doing anything.
Control basically just sat there and laughed at you. Rakdos Sacrifice was like, I'm already ready to win.
here's the thing though. The effect is cool. It is splashy. It is a Timmy effect.
Well, in Commander, this is not a Timmy effect. This is a win hard effect.
Okay, well, I know, yeah. In Commander, if you get this... Okay, it has to be... You gotta have 11 mana on the board.
Yeah.
And... Okay, so you've got more lands, so they all do the 1 mana any card. 11 mana, you pull all your god cards out of the graveyard, and they all activate each other. That's awesome. But... Can you get it off?
Oh, yeah.
You think?
This is a Golos deck.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
5-color Golos.
5-color Golos God Tribal?
Yep.
I want to build that right now.
So, there's how many gods did we say there were? Like 40? Some
like
of them aren't as good as
37,
others, so
something
you don't have to put them all in.
Right, yeah, some of them are crap.
Everything else
Like you're not
is
putting Farik
ramp. Right?
Yeah.
Everything else is ramp. You rampity, ramp, right?
Yeah.
And then you play Golos on 5, and you find the World Tree,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, because
And
he
you-
pulls a land in.
Right?
Right, yeah.
Any land, right? And then hopefully next turn or two you're firing this off. And since it's a 5-color deck, you could put the commander I play, what's this, Lord Windgrace?
Morophon? Oh,
Lord
Windgrace.
in here to pull it back out of the graveyard,
Oh, God. Why would you do such a thing?
right? Land recursion exists. I mean, you got
That's so gross.
how about the fact that you can use Nexus? Nexus, right? Is it Nexus of Fate?
That gives you an extra turn.
Oh, yeah, that's the wrong one. Orbs? Nope.
What's the effect?
It basically you sacrifice any number of lands and put those many number of lands back. Pull them from your hand.
Escape shift?
Yeah, Escape Shift in this deck. And what's the one that's the artifact that lets you play lands from your graveyard? Orbs of something? Something of Worlds? Crucible of Worlds.
Crucible of Worlds. We got there. We got there.
Crucible of Worlds. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Muldrotha. Put Muldrotha in there for good measure. Throw her out on the board, and you can play this from your graveyard.
right? I mean, you're just doing ramp cards to
gross.
find your lands, and Golos finds this, right?
Yeah. See, I pulled this to talk about how cool and splashy the effect is, but all the drawbacks that might be there.
Yep.
And now there's just no drawbacks.
Well, how about? And this is only Commander. This is only.
Oh yeah,
Commander.
no, this isn't standard. This isn't even modern.
Maybe Brawl
Maybe Brawl.
with the shrines.
Oh, that'd be fun. But
Maybe.
what's your commander in Brawl? Do we have a 5-color? Is Golos still part of Brawl?
Isn't it?
No, I don't think so. He was M19, wasn't he?
21.
No.
Anyway, okay, then maybe not Brawl. Then I keep forgetting Brawl's only
I
standard.
know, it sucks.
Yeah, there it is. Just images.
Core set 2020, so he's
Okay.
already cycled.
Yeah, he's not in there anymore. Okay, historic probably then.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing: you run Golos, right? Because even if you haven't gotten to the World Tree yet, hit Golos. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them in this turn without paying their mana cost.
And you're pulling
Just
off gods.
Play a couple gods and a ramp. If not, you hit 3 ramp cards. Blah, blah, blah. Right? You've been pulling so much land out of your hand or out of your deck at this point that... So what? Right? You're going to hit gods. Yeah. I think World Tree is a Golos deck. Golos is standing on the World Tree. I hate that you're doing that. He's... Hey, do we have a thing yet? Or you haven't got an answer yet? No. Okay. Anyway, as Shane buys the World Tree.
As I literally buy the Golos.
Yeah. But, so I've now just talked Shane into another card. I apologize.
Yeah, I quite literally just spent $7 to buy Golos.
I mean, it's a freaking amazing thing. Golos was really expensive at one point.
He was like a $12, $15 card.
Yeah, it's going down.
$7. I just bought a Golos.
That is really, except for maybe put the World Tree into my Windgrace deck. That's about it.
World Tree can't go in your Windgrace deck.
That is right. I'm dumb.
That's all right.
Oh,
but how cool. What a neat card.
I mean, you could put Windgrace into the World Tree deck.
Oh, yeah. He goes there. I think he goes in the Golos deck.
Yeah. You put 20 gods, which we own the gods because we bought the
whole big...
yeah.
The star...
Wait, what are you talking about?
Constellations.
Oh, the constellation drop?
They called them the something. It was the god drop.
The super drop?
Yeah, it was the god super drop.
So, all right.
I haven't even unboxed mine yet.
Oh, yeah. You should do that. You have a bunch of those unboxed.
Yeah, tons of them. Next
we
have...
unboxing. Ooh, another one that's mine.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else like playing red? Did
you save the back end of this?
I didn't because it's not any good.
I'll find it. We'll still talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I mean, it's okay. Don't get me wrong.
This one's all you.
Does anybody else like playing red? Does anybody else get annoyed when they kill a 2/2 creature with 3 burn and they just don't get to have that excess damage like they should? Well, thankfully, Torof, God of Fury, is here to resolve that issue. Because for a 4-drop, you get a 5/4 Trampler. Whenever a creature or a planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, Torof deals damage equal to the excess to any target other than that permanent. So, if you got something that does 5 damage to a 4-drop, or to 4 you get to 1 damage to something else. And you want to know something else?
Any target.
Yeah. You want to know something else? If you give Torof God of Fury Death Touch, it will kill that. Because the damage is coming from Torof.
Oh, yeah. That's neat. So, you know what's super great with this card, right? That is, like...
I don't know.
Hang on.
He's finding something. So, that is my sales pitch for this crazy Torof God of Fury. He has an equipment piece. It's not that great. Oh, 13 damage to each creature. Ooh! I forgot about Blasphemous Act.
So he forgot about Blasphemous Act. So Blasphemous Act costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield.
That's each creature on both sides. I need to read it again with more passion.
More passion.
I thought that was... Is that a sarcasm?
And it deals 13 damage to each creature. So it assigns the 13 damage to all, like, the, let's say, 10 creatures on the battlefield.
Even if it's 5, it's enough.
5, yeah. All of the excess damage you can then redirect to your opponent.
Yep.
And it's pretty much like an instant win.
No, but I mean, here, go back to Mythic Spoiler and run down the list of red instants that burn. Right?
Oh, just from this set?
Just from this set.
Oh, God.
I mean, you don't even have to show everybody. We just run down real quick.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, the burping from the energy drinks.
These are all the
4
rares.
damage.
4 damage. Excess. Non-combat damage. Okay.
Yeah. So it's got to be a burn, like a burn.
So, Calamity Bearer there. Doubles the damage.
Deals double the damage, yeah. And we're still in creatures. Instant. Deals 3 damage. There's 3.
Yep. Provoke the trolls. 3 damage to any target.
Yep.
Well, we can go down the list here.
All right, let's do that. So there's 2 so far.
No.
There's
that.
Deals X damage to any target where X is the greatest number of creatures you control. 2 damage.
2 damage to each creature.
And if a creature dealt damage this turn would die this turn, exile it. Okay.
That's pretty sweet.
That's 1.
You can foretell it.
Copy instance. Yeah, pup.
I love the pup.
6
that.
damage to target creature or planeswalker. Costs 3 less.
Oh
than
my
you control a
god.
giant.
That's sweet.
Right?
That is an awesome common. I've never
Squash.
seen that card.
Squash. He's squashing with his thumb. I love it.
It's literally he's squashing a little troll guy with his thumb. That's adorable. It says the troll had recently crushed a human in much the same way. Sadly, he expired too quickly to appreciate the irony. That's amazing. Look at that.
7 damage to a creature an opponent controls. That's non-combat. There's non-combat.
Demon Bolt, 4 damage, or if you foretell it,
Yep.
you can That's a sweet card.
Yeah, right.
It's instant.
Yep.
Oh man.
Got that foretell in there.
Oh, there was one more.
Oh, we're not even done with it yet.
That's only a single ping.
Frostbite.
There it is,
It's 3
Frostbite.
damage. There you go. So what do we do? 7, 8 of those?
6 or 7.
So yeah, 6, 7. Just in limited.
Yeah,
Right?
Sweet.
6 or 7. A lot of them are commons that you're going to be able to pull if you're in red, right?
Yeah. So if you pull, well, he's pick one. If he's a pick one, pack
Pack
one.
one, pick one. Though if you're in red anyway, you pick him.
Oh yeah,
Right?
absolutely. He's great.
Yeah. So
In
he's
4 mana, 5/4 trample. He's good anyway.
and then his back half is
His back half, we have.
Did you put it in here?
I did. It didn't save.
Yeah, well, it'll just be the last one. Oh. I don't know what it's called. What's the name of
It's
it?
called like Toralf's.
Oh, you'll have to close this and open it again. Remember, it's opening from the previous file.
Oh yeah.
It's just right there. There we go.
Toralf's Hammer.
So, unattached Toralf's Hammer, it deals 3 damage to any target. Return Toralf's Hammer to its owner's hand. Right?
So if you've got Toralf down, and you pull another Toralf, you can bring it down as the hammer, and then he throws the hammer.
Yeah.
That's
Except
so cool.
for it costs, I mean, it's 4. 2 to play it, 2 to equip.
Mhm.
2 to use it, so 6. Right?
Yeah.
So, it's okay, but also, equip creature gets +3/+0 as long as it's legendary. So you can give him his hammer.
Yeah.
So, and it's fine. I mean, it's okay. I'm not complaining about it, I just don't think it's any good.
I love that.
Okay, that's where we're at.
I love that the gods have like the back half
Yeah. As their piece of equipment.
as their piece of equipment because it makes it so that it's not just a dead draw later in the game.
Yeah. I could see I actually could see this card going in the modern white black or white red burn deck.
Interesting. Yeah.
Right? Because there's sometimes in that burn deck, the Pyro Helix, the Lightning Bolts, the other things that deal 3 damage, there's almost always going to the face, right?
Yep.
But sometimes they have to take care of a threat.
Yep.
Right? So they'll use that Lightning Bolt on something, but it doesn't always, sometimes it's excess. They had to kill it too hard.
Having that extra reach.
That extra
would matter.
tiny bit of damage that could go on to the opponent.
And he's a 5/4 trample.
Yeah. Right.
You could attack with him. If something blocks, shoot it, do the extra damage, and then the 5/4 still comes across and
Yeah.
tramples.
I mean, he always does the damage over.
Yep.
That's his concept.
Yep.
He basically
He
has
tramples and your spells trample.
he has Mjolnir.
Yeah.
This is Thor.
Yeah, that's Thor. Toralf.
Toralf.
Thoralf.
So
See, at least that's closer than Fenrir.
Yeah, Tor. Tor.
Thorolf.
Tor? A Thor? A Tor? But yeah, so I think that's basically there you are.
So
I think your burn deck in standard got better.
yeah, it did.
Even just adding one of them to your play is made that better.
So here's my favorite planeswalker of the set. He's very, very specific. We covered him last stream.
Yeah, because you have the elves. You have
But yeah,
your thing with elves.
again, the elf deck. And I had meant to group all the elf stuff together.
It's all right. I messed it up.
But that elf commander that we talked about at the very beginning, having a green-black elf commander deck, this guy goes in it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not much else to say. Yeah, 4 mana for a 3 loyalty. For 0, you can put a 1/1 elf token out that can ramp you next turn.
Well, it can't ramp you. Oh, elves you control.
Yeah,
okay.
elves you control, tap for black.
Yeah, it can ramp you.
Or put a +1/+1 counter on an elf. Untap it gains death touch to end of turn. If you've already got an elf out, his +1 can make that elf create more mana that turn if you need it.
Yeah. So
It's just a cool card.
So here's the thing.
Very specific.
This is a really good card in your elf deck, and this. So here's my thing. I always say a planeswalker is successful is if it can come in when you have a doubling season on the board and it can ultimate.
Oh yeah.
So if a planeswalker is not successful if you play it and doubling season doesn't let you ultimate it, because super friends in doubling season, that's the point, ultimating the planeswalkers, right?
Sure.
So, but that's the thing, that you can't ultimate this one you can't put this in super friends, because whenever you cast an elf spell it gains haste and you draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
You're not playing elves in super friends.
No.
But this could be an elf, this can be your elf lord, or an elf in your deck, and you run doubling season anyway, because you're doubling tokens.
Well, even doubling season isn't in standard, but you know what is?
Yeah.
Vorinclex.
God dang Praetors.
So, my next card, there's your doubling season. You have a Vorinclex out, and then you bring out that Planeswalker, the Planeswalker. You can ultimate it. Vorinclex just goes in your elf deck.
Yeah, I mean, you play one of. I don't think you play 4 of them, because he might mess with your synergies too much.
Yeah. Maybe a 2 of.
Maybe. 6 drops for elves can be difficult.
No, because they're ramping.
Well, they might be. Yeah. In standard, there's not a lot. There's not a ton of ramp elves. There's 1, 2. Not a lot.
Yeah. So, one thing I did want to say about this, I love this card.
Yeah, he's mean.
It's super cool. It's definitely going to go in my Hapatra deck, because that's the poison deck.
Yeah, the poison deck.
One thing I will say, I definitely want this version. So this is in Phyrexian script. Like, the whole card, the frame is different. All of the words and everything are in Phyrexian, and even the numbers are like scrawled weird.
I wish that they'd have
Phyrexian.
done an alt art on this card.
I wish they had done an alt art for it.
I wish it was just like his face screaming up towards heaven or
Now,
something like that.
There is an alt art for this, but not in the Phyrexian. Let me find it.
Yeah, I guess you can't get everything right. That's it right there.
There it is. So, damn it.
You have to do it from here.
Yeah, I'll have to.
You could save it to the folder.
Oh, yeah. Save as.
And then drop this and open it back up. Or just open the new one up on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So, The alt art's fantastic.
I mean, it looks like it looks like that same album cover we were talking, that
Yeah.
heavy metal band. Rah!
So this alt art, I think, is appropriate for this border. Like, I don't think this alt art belongs on the Phyrexian copy. Like, this definitely belongs here. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
looks
No, I
fantastic.
don't. I just wish there was an alt art where he was more Praetor. You
Yeah.
know how all the Praetors are standing up and they're all regal?
Oh, yeah,
Every
yeah,
one
yeah.
of them is like, wow. You know? Oh, you can't see my hands, so...
Oh,
Rah. Yeah.
oh.
Oh, I mean, look at Atraxa.
Oh, yeah, she's like,
You know?
yeah.
Look at
Well,
what's
even
her face?
original Vorinclex is. Oh God, I hit a button I shouldn't have. Well,
Just close that window.
now we need LASIK eye surgery.
I mean, you might.
I'm pretty good.
Well, give me 5 minutes. You'll need it.
Won't do that.
Like, yeah, the original
like-
is even.
Original Vorinclex is even. Oh God, I hate pop-ups so bad.
Save it. And,
Just save it.
yeah, and then just click here.
There we go.
And, oh. So this is the original.
This is the
Vorinclex.
original Vorinclex. Like, he's even like,
It's more Praetor-y there,
yeah,
right? Like overbearing, large, above, right?
fills the frame, looks badass, is going to eat you.
Like this is what a Phyrexian Praetor would be like, right?
Yeah.
So I think if you're going to put the art, if you're going to change the card and have, Phyrexian text, then he shouldn't look like a beast running through a forest.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if he's running towards something or running away from something in this
That's
card.
true. I mean, he definitely looks like he's in attack mode. He's
I don't know,
roaring.
because the story is them chasing it, remember?
His little grabbies are coming at him.
Yeah, right. But I mean, this is also he fills this Praetor fills a small Beowulf part of the legend. This is Grendel.
Yeah, this is Grendel.
Even part of the story is they cut off his arm and it grows back.
Yeah. So, one thing that I specifically downloaded the Phyrexian thing because I want the Phyrexian copy
Why is he
for my deck.
death?
Because
death.
I've been playing Magic forever. Phyrexian is just an awesome piece of lore. It means a lot to me. I know what this card does because I've been drooling over it since they spoiled it. I sincerely hope, and this will piss people off, I hope this isn't in regular packs. Because regular packs are entry level for new players in a lot of cases.
Oh yeah, this would be a pisser to open this card and be like, I don't know what it does.
Right. Like, if some new kid to Magic, like his buddies, brought him along. Was it a fly?
That was a fly. With all the spider webs around here, you'd think he'd die by now.
I think it killed all the spiders.
Stop killing the spiders. The spiders are our friends.
But they... I don't...
They don't nothing.
I don't
Stop
like
killing
them.
the spiders.
I don't... Look at all the egg sacs.
Well, they'll be back.
I'm going to be down here one day and it's going to be like Arachnophobia Part 2.
Well, just love them. They're just Charlotte's Web looking for love. Name them.
If
Then they'll
they-
stick around.
Yeah, if they weave in like some human.
They're weaving dinner.
Yeah, instead it's like, Shane, you're going to die. I'm like, but I have to work down here.
For those who don't know, we work in a basement.
So some kid shows up, and teenager.
Some new person
Some
to
new
Magic.
person to Magic shows up.
Or let me say a noob.
Sure. Shows up. His friends are bringing him along. His friends maybe let him play some Commander. He's got the basics of the game down. He shows up to pre-release. Pre-release is the best entry point into competitive Magic. I
Yeah.
think.
Since they don't do those like intro nights anymore.
Right.
Yeah, they used
So-
to do the intro nights where you got the free crappy pack and then they teach you how to play, but they don't do that anymore.
That was a really cool thing they used to do.
Yeah.
Um,
I volunteered for a couple of them, but they never fired off. It never really worked.
So at pre-release, you get a pre-release pack. And in the pre-release pack, you get a foil promo, which is a guaranteed premium card that's all foily and shiny. It has the date stamped on it. So you can I literally have in my collection a copy of my very first pre-release card I ever got.
Mine somewhere, yeah.
and it's in my rare binder.
Looking for love
It's
in
a-
all the wrong
You know what it is?
places.
It's a Revenant. It's the Revenant from Stronghold.
Yeah.
It was my first
Wow.
pre-release. That is a fond memory to me because I didn't actually get to play in the pre-release because my friends told me the wrong location.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't have a cell phone at the time. So when we went to where my friends thought it was and nothing was there, my dad was driving me. We had to drive to a gas station to use a payphone. A payphone. Call my friend's parents' house. Find out where they dropped off my friend. And then learn that it was way downtown. Like, we're in Columbus, Ohio. That's not too much of a giveaway.
Yeah, and that's fine. Don't come to my house. It won't go well.
Yeah, you'll have a bad time. My friend told me that it was at the Aladdin Shrine Temple over by Easton.
Oh, really? Wow, that's way out there.
So we went there first, and there was nothing there.
No.
The pre-release was actually happening at the Crown Plaza Hotel downtown.
Holy crap.
So,
Oh, that's when pre-releases were like a giant thing.
oh yeah,
right?
pre-releases used to be a huge thing. You'd have like one pre-release per city.
Yeah.
So, and it was like, and like if you won the pre-release, you got like 3 boxes of product.
I won a box one time from the Soldiery.
It was
winning
huge.
the pre-release.
They used to have win a box nights, even as recently as like the Theros block.
Yeah. I think I went and played the Soldiery by myself one time. I don't remember what it was. I think it was it was the original. It was Eldrazi, so it had to be the original, the other Zendikar, the remake, the second remake or whatever. And
Battle for Zendikar.
I pulled the Masterpiece Lotus Petal.
Oh, nice.
And won a box that night.
Was the Masterpiece part of your draft, so you got to put it in there?
Yeah.
Haha, nice.
It freaked people out. Like, what are you doing playing with that? It's in a sleeve.
LMAO AV. Oh, the damn dinosaur.
Hey. Why you got a picture of my daddy?
So by the time...
Why you got a picture of my daddy?
Oh, he does look like...
Daddy,
could be a dinosaur.
This is appropriation. Why are you using pictures of my family without permission?
You suck at puppeteering.
Yeah, well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm using my left hand.
I don't suck at puppeteering.
Yeah.
I should have the puppet.
You...
Oh, shit. What the hell just happened? Something happened. I don't even know what.
It hit the spinner.
No.
It wasn't that big a deal.
So basically, by the time I got to the pre-release, it was too late to register for the pre-release.
Yeah.
But they still let me pay and get the product. So I still got to have... Like, my dad, still was like, well, do you want to do it if you can't play? And I'm like, yeah, because...
Still want the stuff.
The pre-releases then were, like, several weeks in advance of the release.
Yeah.
So, like, Stronghold was coming out on, say, like, X weekend. The Stronghold pre-release was, like, 2 or 3 weeks prior.
You use the hand with a puppet.
So, what you're saying is... Is this thing on? So what you're saying is you got to have...
No.
I'm not doing sing mode. I'm a singing dinosaur. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Keep going. Sing your story.
So, I got my 3 packs of Stronghold, which were impossible to get because you weren't going to
shouldn't
get
have been
those.
6?
No, because the pre-releases then, they were block pre-releases. So you got a starter deck of Tempest
Oh.
and 3 packs of Stronghold. Because if you had gotten 6 packs of Stronghold, even with 6 packs of Stronghold, you wouldn't have like a very good base to build your deck with.
Just killed a man.
But in my 3 packs of Stronghold,
Put a gun
I got a Mox
against his
Diamond.
head. Well, don't the shit.
Yeah. And
Pull my trigger, now he's
all my
dead.
friends were already in there, like waiting for the thing to start.
I've had just begun. Now I've
Buying
gone
these dinosaur puppets was the worst choice I ever made.
it all the way, mama.
Ooh. Didn't mean to make you cry.
If I'm
get
not
muted
back again this
because we're super
time
accurate
tomorrow.
on tone.
Carry on, carry on.
But all my friends, shut up. All my friends are already in there.
You got your sing mode worth on that one.
Yeah, you got your sing mode. You got half of Bohemian Rhapsody from a dinosaur. All my friends were already in there,
Yeah.
like waiting for the thing to start. And they're like, "Oh, it sucks. I'm so sorry." And like my friend Cropat, who occasionally watches, he's the one that gave me the bad info. And he was like, he's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, dude." I'm like, "It's cool." Well, I had my product, and I'm like, "Well, while you guys are here, I'll open it and see what I got." And I cracked the Mox Diamond, and they're like, "Of course you get the Mox Diamond." You're like, it was like luck refunding itself.
Well, yeah. That's always what happens, right?
Which, interestingly enough, later that year, and I'll tell you what happened to that Mox Diamond. I don't still have it. I traded that Mox Diamond and I think a Tega for a Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale.
Oh, no.
Which is now a $1,500 card.
Do you still have that?
No, because I traded that for a Mox Opal.
Oh, shit.
And then I sold the Mox Opal because at the time the Tabernacle was about a $100 card.
Okay.
The Mox Opal was 180 thereabouts, but it was kind of heavily played. So I traded my Tabernacle for a Mox Opal. The Mox Opal stayed in my collection.
Yeah.
Until I left Magic around 2003. I sold the Mox Opal for about $200 and thought I was getting a hell of a deal.
I mean, in essence, yes.
I also had a Lotus at the time that I sold for $400 and thought I was getting a really good deal then too.
That one just sold for $1 million.
Yeah, one just sold for $1 million.
Why am I not living off of you?
I also sold all of my dual lands for like $40 a pop.
Mama.
I had play sets of almost all the dual lands.
Kill the Shane.
Yeah. For $40 a pop, dual lands now go for a minimum of $150 to $300.
Oh man, yeah. Don't we all do that, right? Man, like I sold a Damnation one time for like $25. Well, like
now it's a $50 card.
Yeah. I sold 3 of those stupid artifacts that that let you each turn you put a counter on it and then you can play a card equal to the counter's value for free that turn. Lantern? They're really popular in Modern.
Sounds good.
But, I sold them for like $25 a piece, and now they're worth like 70, 80.
So my most recent disappointment was...
I don't have anything worth $1 million, though.
I sold my Sliver Queen
Pages
for $50. They're now $200.
Oh, yeah, my Sliver deck is so expensive.
Yeah, your Sliver deck's insane.
Pages.
I sold my Jace the Mind Sculptor a month before they re-legalized it in Modern.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So I sold it for $40 thinking, I'm not going to use it in any of my Eternal formats. I might as well get what I can for it. And then they legalized it in Modern, the price tripled.
Holy crap, I think we may have made a clip.
Yeah, she made a clip. And then...
apparently it was funny.
I sold 2 Yawgmoth's Wills for $40 a pop.
Oh, no, stop doing it.
They're
Stop
now
hurting me.
$180 a piece. So yeah,
Millions
I'm done being in such desperation that I'm going to sell Magic cards.
Well, that's because I've taken them all.
Because it's just
and
a
hid
bad
them
idea.
from you.
Although I have bought 2 dual lands recently.
Yes, well, that's because you wanted the dual lands, not because you need to sell them later.
Oh yeah, no, they're not investment pieces. I just wanted them and I had the wherewithal to get them. But back on my topic, having this, so back on what a pre-release is. A pre-release, you get a foil mythic or rare from the set with the date on it. And you get 6 packs from the set, and you build your deck with those packs. If this card is part of those packs...
It'll throw someone completely off.
First off, this card being in the packs is an awesome card. But you may have a kid that doesn't know what this is, and because they're new, they're going to be hesitant to go, what's this? What does this do?
Yeah.
They might just go, crap. I'm just not going to play it because I don't want to feel like a noob.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could
I'm
be
sure it's good, but
And yeah,
let's go a different route.
if this is in those packs, then pre-release needs to have a refresher on each pre-release where they talk about this card and why it's this way. So, yeah.
Like if it's in regular packs, part of the pre-release kits to the vendors needs to be, if you get this, it's special, and here's what it does. But it's probably part of the collector boosters.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Would be my guess.
No, because you couldn't put them. If you put them in the regular packs, it's a potential to have them in the pre-release. I get it, though it's going to be expensive as hell. And that's our last card, by the way.
That's our last card.
Yeah.
I think Andrew dropped off, and check text to see if any of our group responded.
Nope.
If they had any of the other ones.
They have not.
No.
I don't think Andrew dropped off. I think he's around still. He might just have us in the background.
Interestingly, and this is also kind of interesting too, Vornclex showing up is the first instance... Huh?
First instance of a Praetor for a while, right?
Of any Phyrexian. There's never been a Phyrexian creature type until now.
Oh, because they're all just called Praetors.
No, they've been beasts, they've been horrors, they've been...
Oh, because, Atraxa is a horror.
Yep, Atraxa is a horror.
But now they're a Praetor? Well, no, Praetor has been a type before.
Praetor has been a type before.
The one you just showed me was a Praetor.
Yeah. So, if you look at previous Vornclex,
He
was just legendary creature Praetor.
But not Phyrexian Praetor.
All of these old Phyrexians actually got a creature type errata.
To put Phyrexian?
So now they're Phyrexian Praetors.
Is it every Phyrexian
Tons of Phyrexians are Phyrexians now.
Oh, okay.
So, and this hasn't been really publicized very well. But now...
Yay.
And there's not anything out there that's like all Phyrexians get +1/+1 or anything like that. But it is now possible with all the tribal pieces.
Yeah.
You could put a coat of arms, or what are the legendary? What are the things you have in your sliver deck?
I think there's coat of arms. There's the Door of Destinies.
Door of Destinies.
There's the artifact that says you tap 2 of the same thing and put another one into play.
Yep. All of that now you can create a Phyrexian commander deck.
You know how expensive that would be?
Super expensive.
I mean, the sliver deck is the expensive thing, but oh my god, all the Praetors,
all the Praetors, yeah.
And you'd have to have a 5-color commander.
Well,
no,
I think you could
need a 4-color.
Yeah, just leave the red crappy ones out.
Yeah.
Leave Urabrask out because he's a worthless.
He's dead.
Yeah. Urabrask is dead.
They tore him apart. My daddy bit his face.
To this point, I just want to appreciate this artwork.
See, that's my daddy eating him.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's a skull. It's a human in his hand.
Yeah.
Creepy. Also, this puppet was a really bad idea, but I can't stop playing with it.
I know, it's turning you into a child.
Huh?
It's turning you into a child.
Like this puppet did that. I'm a 36-year-old child. But, all right, so that was the cards that we really liked for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to guess that Limited Resources is going to give a significantly different rating to significantly different cards than us.
Yeah.
Because they're probably looking at it from 90% standard point of view, right?
They're looking at it from a limited point of view.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, they do it from a limited point of view, but also I think that a lot of times LSV gives their ratings with a little bit of standard spice, or not standard spice, standard like contamination.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense, right? But I don't know. I mean, I love the fact that that's a commander, but
I like it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna make a Golgari elf deck.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it already existed. This just helped out.
Yeah, but now it has a perfect commander.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a Golgari elf deck before. You had the thing from was it Zendikar? That it was the horror that elves on the board and elves in the graveyard was the star.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It was basically like an elf Lurgoyf for like elves in the graveyard and elves on the board.
Yeah. I mean, there's been several Golgari elves, but they're not legendaries.
You had Gerard.
Gerald?
No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. There's
Two-
also the
two black, two green,
There's
I
also
think.
the 4-drop elf that pinged with Death Touch. It was like a common or uncommon.
That wasn't legendary.
That's what I said. You've had plenty of Golgari elves, but they haven't been legendary.
And finally, it's now that it's an elf deck, there's definitely a home for my elves of Deep Shadow.
True.
My sexy elves.
Yeah, they're nice. There's also a place for your thing that makes the weird, creepy elves that have the weird body and rib cage in the wrong place and the horns.
Which elf is that?
That's from the cube last night. Remember that? Remember that,
Oh.
dumb? Imperious something?
Imperious Perfect.
Yeah. Can you find the tokens? There's one. It's looking kind of like it right there to the right.
That's Bramblewood Paragon.
I know, but that's the art concept.
Hang on. Creepy elf token.
So, yeah, just go with that thing, but do the token. I just want to show that this.
There it is.
Yeah, make that big.
It's so creepy looking.
Yeah, this is the creepiest elf token ever.
It's so gross looking.
Yeah, we'll show you. Here
It's
we
an
go.
elf warrior token.
Look at this weird
He's
ass
just
thing.
creepy looking.
Look at me.
1/1 elf warrior token.
This is like one of those bros from the gym that's just like not quite ripped all the way,
Right.
just too skinny.
He just quit doing meth,
Yeah, but he's ripped somehow.
but now he's ripped and like starting to get his life on track again.
But he looks down at you.
He's like, you don't even know how to. You don't have abs, bro.
Yeah, but where's your abs, bro?
Where's your abs, bro?
Hey, bro.
Oh man, you know what's funny about those is I think I have some things that create elf warrior tokens in my Fraley's deck.
Oh god, she
I'm gonna
gets some of
order
those
some of these.
terrible tokens.
And
I
just
would
when
be
can
so distracted by how terrible they are that
put
I
them
could
on the
never.
table and be like, "Do you even lift, bro?"
You lift, bro.
And then there's this elf warrior token that's all awesome and stuff.
Yeah, this is the ones you run.
No, I wish I ran these.
I thought you had some of these. One of
No,
those
these-
decks runs those.
This is
Comes
from
with it.
Shadowmoor. The elves in Shadowmoor were just badass.
See, that's better. But still, you don't lift, bro.
Yeah.
See the abs sticking out
Yeah,
from the
do you
side
even
there?
lift, bro?
Hey,
Look how ripped these elves
See
are.
my weird rib cage, bro?
Man.
Why's your rib cage not in your throat, man?
Elves make me feel so guilty for not working out.
They're immortal. They can get fat and then lose it 200 years later.
That's true.
They're like, you know what I want to do this century? Get fat.
Look at this one. Jesus.
I don't want to look at it. It questions my.
Oh my goodness.
It makes me question things. Can you just copy it to the?
I hate. Oh, it's a Pinterest.
Oh, that's why it's not.
Oh, it's not even a real thing.
It's not a real thing. Someone made it.
Somebody
No,
made
I'm not.
this.
I'm not advertising. Oh,
But it's ripped too on Pinterest.
yeah. Well, that's just because somebody fanboyed a Elf Warrior.
Somebody's getting their fantasy on with this elf warrior token.
Yeah. So, well, I think that's about it, right? With us for us.
Yeah.
I think Vorinclex was our like masterpiece that we ended with,
Yeah. And my story of my first
and your story. Yeah.
my first pre-release.
But
What was your first pre-release? What was
my first actual ever pre-release was the one I came and played with you guys.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'd never played pre-releases before that.
Was that Cons? Or Origins?
That was Origins.
Origins.
I never played pre-releases. I've been playing Magic since 2002, but never went to, like pre-releases or anything like that.
Oh wow.
I just bought cards and played with my friends. Built
Oh
decks.
wow. Okay. So you played casual for a long time.
Yeah, a lot of no Commander either because it didn't really exist.
Yeah. Commander
It was
is
just casual play with friends. I built and then I fell in love with slivers around that time. And then at one point in time they used to sell sliver decks with Sliver Legion as the promo or as the card with it, and you could buy them at Walmart.
Well, the sliver deck that they sold was all foil.
there were non-foil ones that were available for sale. Because that's how I got most of my sliver deck. It was like it was like tribal slivers, and it was sale at Walmart. And I was like, I'll buy that for $20.
I wonder if it was like one of the like LJ Holdings, like non-official Wizards products.
Well, I mean, they're official cards. You've seen
Well,
them.
they're official cards, yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you right now, it had the Sliver Legion as its like card on the front. Think about that. I paid $15 for that Sliver Legion.
Wow.
And the rest of the Sliver cards, which all cost about $5 a piece. I wish I'd have bought all of them now. But I wasn't thinking about that at the time. Right? I used to buy boxes off eBay for like $40 a pop. Like boxes of old cards. Because people, not too old.
Oh, I remember when Fallen Empires was like $30 for the box. Because it was so bad. It was crap.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go back that far. I'm talking like Mirrodin and stuff like that. You'd buy those boxes.
You're getting them that cheap?
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at 2003, 2004. $40 a box.
God, I never knew they were that cheap.
On eBay, yeah. Probably took a lot of risk, but I always got my cards.
Somebody's going to look this up and be like, nuh-uh, they were $52 back then. I kept track of the market.
Okay. I live in Columbus. I was in school.
You were lying.
And I used eBay that also quite possibly may or may not have been as legitimate as it should have been.
Oh, yeah.
At that time. So, kiss it.
Some boxes fell off the back of the truck.
Right? Like, that's possible, right? eBay's still not very sound,
that's very true.
So, it might look pretty, but it's still like, hey, I got a TV for sale. It's new in box. $20.
Yeah.
I just need some
I need to offload this before my manager finds out I have it.
Yeah, right. So,
but I think that does it.
Yeah. I
And,
think 2.5 hours of preview talking, I think we're doing all right.
Yeah, 2.5 hours to talk about, 20 cards?
Yeah.
I think we had a good little stream here.
I mean, do you want to talk about your thing?
Oh, yeah.
About the...
So, for those of you that are our subscribers...
Between now and the 30th.
Between now and the 30th...
Or, well, what is it? 31st? It's 30th. 30 days in January, right?
31 days.
Okay, between now and the 31st.
So we have... Let's see, you can see them. These are like Ace of Spades cards. Okay.
They're made of metal.
They are made of metal. There we go. My knuckle hurts now.
Yeah.
But they are bottle openers. And I just thought these were super cool. So I bought a big bunch of them. I bought like 25 of these. For our subscribers, I think you can direct message the channel.
Well, we'll send out a message to all of them.
Okay, yeah.
But we're going to, you can either direct message Shane or I, if you know us personally, your address, or send it to the email address, which is, give me 1 second and I'll double check.
If you're comfortable giving your address.
If you're comfortable.
Get one of these cool little toys.
So it is rng.games2020@gmail.com.
rng.games2020
@gmail.com. Yeah, rng.games2020 in numbers @gmail.com.
Yeah. If you're one of our subscribers, send us your address. We will mail you out one of these at the end of the month.
Yep, free of charge.
Free of charge, just for being a subscriber.
Yeah.
Supporting us. And then also, if you are not a subscriber now, subscribe. That'd be cool, and we'll send you out one.
Yeah. And we are not differentiating between Bezos Bucks subscriptions and regular subscriptions.
No, yeah. So if this is like your free Amazon subscription that costs you nothing, hey, you got a free little bottle opener Ace of Spades card.
Yeah. So this is to support and say thank you for all of those that have jumped on the first 6 months or so for us.
Yep.
But in the coming year or so, we'll probably be doing a quarterly gift that will be more in the signed Magic card kind of realm.
Yep.
A little less potent, I guess.
We will also eventually have our Patreon tiers set up. If you can directly support us through Patreon. And also a bonus for this actually fits in your wallet.
Yeah.
It's like wallet sized. I tested it today on my wallet. I'm keeping one because I like it. But it fits in your wallet, so you always have a little bottle opener in your wallet. And you can also throw these at people and they hurt.
Well, we don't advocate any type of violence or throwing people. But it kind of represents...
Hold on, Mr. Robber.
Yeah, which is really interesting. These kind of represent both of us. So if for those who don't know, Shane is a haunter.
Yep.
And one of his personalities in Haunter is Dead Man's Hand. And Dead Man's Hand is aces and eights. All right? So aces.
I've been giving away like Ace of Spades cards as Dead Man's Hand
for a long time.
Yep.
But this also has an A on it.
Yeah.
So for Andy, so A for Andy.
Yep.
And I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Why the hell not? Plus, I'm the drinker.
Right.
Right. And we have the drinking stream on Fridays. But so this kind of is just a little thank you. I know it's not like a...
And you also used to play poker, right?
Oh, yeah, I play poker.
Yeah,
I
played the hell out of poker.
But, yeah, Dead Man's Hand. I know that hand. I've actually lost with that hand, which is a pain in the...
I know, right? It's freaking cursed.
Right? It's just a cursed hand. So, but yeah, I've got a list of anybody who's subscribed, and I will be sending messages through Twitch to everybody with for a thing. And if you can get us your information either through the email or through Twitch by the 30th, we'll check both because both have messaging systems.
Yep.
We will send that out to you if you're comfortable giving us your address.
So we have the black ones, and we also have, of course, there we go. We also have silver ones.
Yeah. If you have a preference, please put that in the email, and I'll put that part of the email. If we run out of one, I'm sorry, you will get the other one.
Yeah. But
wow,
and,
that thuds.
That was loud. And if we happen to run out completely, I will order more and we'll get some more.
Yeah. If we have more than, what is that, 40?
I think I have 20 here.
Is it 20? If we have more than 20, I don't think we have more than 20 subscribers, even close. I think we're sitting at about 11.
20 here.
But yeah, if you have friends who you have interest, please share. And if they were interested in throwing us their Bezos bucks, we will definitely send them a message by the end of the month and we'll have that to them.
Cool. So yeah, we will we'll be talking about this on all of our streams until the end of the month. So it gives you a little bit of incentive to subscribe. I'll probably just go ahead and order another 20 because I think for free Bezos bucks to get one of these cool things is I think that'll incentivize people.
Yep.
Because they're pretty neat. I like them a lot.
So
kept one for myself because
I
was like,
and we will be uploading this stream specifically as the first announcement to YouTube.
Yep, this will come up on YouTube,
yeah.
And we'll talk about it there.
But we're going to be doing, as you say, a technological renaissance.
Yeah.
But we're also more committed than we were before. Because, we're just better. I think the pandemic affected us all. I had a lot of life things that happened, and we've all been just recovering. But we're both more committed to this, and so we're going to be redoing our Facebook. I have asked Shane to do that since he is better at the Facebook world than I am, as long as he's not in jail.
Yeah, right.
And getting a Twitter account set up. I think we already have one. Using it.
Yeah, actually using it's the thing, so we'll do that.
And everything else on that point. So
we even have an Instagram. I just don't have anything up on it.
Yeah, and also getting our not PayPal, Patreon set up. And Patreon will have each tier will have a gift of some level.
Yep. Even if it's just like the $1 shout out on the stream.
Yeah. But, it'll be everything from signed cards to I think the bigger tiers will have a chance to win more expensive cards.
Yep.
Because Shane and I both have multiples of quite a few moderately expensive cards that we wouldn't mind giving out to those who are interested.
It's just money sitting in our binders that we don't feel like selling, but it would be a fun incentive to throw out to our supporters.
Yeah. Also, what was I thinking? I lost it. It's not a big deal.
Yep.
Apparently it wasn't important.
So. But that's the stream. That's a little bit of what's going on. And we'll see you next time. And
as always,
may the RNG be in your favor.